I played a full campaign as Russia in Europa Universalis 4, starting in the year 1444 as Muscovy and finishing as Russia in 1472. My goals for this grand campaign were to form Russia and conquer all of Russia, Scandinavia, the Baltic, Poland, Carpathia, the Balkans, Ruthenia, the Pontic Steppe, Caucasia, Anatolia, Ural, Central Asia, Persia, Khorasan, West Siberia, Mongolia, East Siberia, Manchuria, Korea, Cascadia, Canada, and California. In this video, you'll see me start as one of the most powerful nations for expansion in EU4 Muscovy and get right into rapid conquest in Europe and Western Asia before forming Russia, starting the colonization of Siberia, fighting massive wars, and building the biggest army in the world. This is a compilation or a director's cut of 4 separate episodes of this Russia playthrough with only the best parts left in. So if you want to check out each episode individually, they will be linked in the description and in the pinned comment. But now you can sit back, relax, and enjoy this full playthrough as Russia in EU4. Alright, here we are as Muscovy and EU4, ladies and gentlemen, back with another grand campaign. You guys seem to be loving these so much, and I do enjoy playing them and making them for you guys, so here we are. Now, last time, man, in the Italy grand campaign, when I expressed that I wanted to play Muscovy, you know, for the next grand campaign, you guys did say that it might be kinda redundant because my goal would be too similar to what we did in A to Z, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. However, that's why I've made the goals for this grand campaign much grander than they were in A to Z, and obviously in A to Z we kind of rushed it. We ended the whole campaign by like the 1630s, 1640s. This campaign is going to go on way longer into the 1700s, maybe till 1800, and we're going to be playing it properly, you know, no rushing, getting the right ideas, taking it slow, conquering everything, you know, fortifying ourselves, doing a little bit of role playing as well. So I do think, you know, I've changed it up enough to where it's a unique piece of content from the A to Z. Even though that's a fun and chaotic video, this will be a serious and roleplay type of grand campaign. But nevertheless, man, here we are as Muscovy. We start off as the number nothing great power in the world. We got the Tatar Yoke event right here telling us basically that we lose prestige and we pay tribute to the Great Horde. As long as we have this modifier, basically we need to beat their ass to stop paying them. It's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, here we are as Muscovy, man. We start off with these 5 vassals right here: Puskov, below 0, Yaroslavl, Rostov, and Perm. And we got some minor nations around us like Tver, Odoyev, and Ryazan that we need to beat up. Poland, Lithuania over here, Novgorod to our north, which of course we want to fight immediately. And then we have the European-ish hordes of Crimea, the Great Horde, Kazan, Nogai, and Uzbek right here next to us, which we're of course going to have to fight as well. Muscovy does have a pretty huge mission tree right here that gets even bigger once you form Russia, and Muscovy ideas are really good. Russian ones are even better. We start off with +1 diplorations and +10% shock damage, +25% land force limit as a finisher, but you know, by the point we get to that, we'll already have Russian ideas. Tax, yearly army tradition, missionary strength and tolerance of the true faith, morale, stab discount, fort maintenance, and diplo rep. And of course, we do start off as Orthodox, and all of the regions that I mentioned we need to conquer, of course, we're going to be converting. So yeah, the plan for this first part of this grand campaign is just going to be, you know, to consolidate the region of Russia right here, eat up Novgorod, beat on some of the hordes right here, get into the Livonians if we can, and establish our first idea groups, which of course, as any Russia player knows, have to be trade in order to make money, and then religious because we are going to be converting hard. So yeah, let me get started by doing the estate setup, looking at some initial missions. We do start off with strong duchies already, and this thing right here, which we do want to revoke from the boyars. So yeah, let's see how we are, and then we'll fight Novgorod pretty much immediately. All right, estate stuff done. Mostly we got the Cossacks as well. I am gonna go ahead and set rivals immediately right here because it's not a big deal. We're also gonna hire 3 advisors. Let me just get this national unrest guy, let's get this diplo rep guy, and let's get this well, I guess land maintenance guy. Now we can go ahead and pass advancement of religion, which we will do, and now we need to build up our army to 80% of the force limit so we can take this very powerful mission, which these next missions give us permaclaims all around, but we can choose to not have them be permaclaims, and we get some other nice bonuses from them. I'll show you what that is once we get to there. But yeah, let me get started by continuing to build up these armies. Okay, I've put down the Grand Company. Now we can take this mission as well. So basically this is what it does. We can choose this first option right here, and we gain a permaclaims on all of these areas, regions, and provinces that it tells us. Or we can have them be non-permaclaims, but instead of making them non-perma claims, we gain +1 diplomat and minus 15% CCR until the end of the game, and we can claim border claim, you know, like that age ability thing, and we can claim entire states. So I do think that's worth it, man. I do think that's worth it. Of course, a lot of these will expire by the time we get to fight those guys, but it's really not a problem, and especially once we get religious as our second idea group, we'll have a CB on everyone. So we will not go with the perma claims, and instead I'll take these bonuses. And yeah, there we go, reorganize the army a little bit. These are all the claims that we got. Let's go ahead and declare on Novgorod immediately, reconquest for our core right here, and what we're aiming to do right here is pretty much take this entire border region, so you know, the Scandinavian guys or Poland or Lithuania can't push into Novgorod. Interestingly, this is not a province I'm interested in. We're not going for the region of Scandinavia. I don't think it really fits that much for this campaign, but if you guys do yap enough about the comments, about this in the comments, I might change my mind. Without further ado, here's our first war in this grand campaign. And this is basically what we get when you need to pay the Great Horde. It's only, you know, small change. It's not a big deal to keep paying them until we beat them up. This is relevant for us later. Poland did get Lithuania. And this might also be relevant because we do need a province from Sweden, as you guys can see. They have declared their independence war already. So I might even threaten war on them. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Novgorod has pretty much been defeated. What we're gonna do is, like I said, take these border provinces so no one else can fight them, and then, you know, as much as we can after that. So I'm just gonna do something like, I don't know, let's retake our course, something like this. And then we'll finish off the rest of Novgorod in the war after that. But there we go. There's our first war done. Now we might be able to take a mission right here, which is invade Novgorod. No, we needed to take the province of Novgorod itself for that, which is obviously, you know, not possible because we didn't do it. And no big deal. This just gives us some, you know, dev over there and further claims, which we weren't going to take anyway because they're not perma claims. So we do want to be a bit careful with that. But there we go. There's our first war done. We are going to be using up a lot of admin points at the start here as Muscovy. Next, after beating up Novgorod, we need to focus on Ryazan, Tver, and Odoyev, which are the other minor Russian principalities, before we move on to the Hordes or Lithuania or the rest of Novgorod, you know. Now we can go ahead and analyze some alliances. Okay, so the Great Horde has declared on Ryazan, which is no big deal. Isn't that relevant to me. Odoyev is allyless. Tver is allied to Ryazan. Okay, so yeah, let's fight Odoyev, man. We're just gonna get that Grand Company down there and let them do their job. And there's our deck on Odoyev. But yeah, regarding alliances, man, Kazan allied to Crimea and Uzbek, doable but annoying. Great Horde allied to Uzbek and the Timurids, even more annoying, especially if the Timurids are stable. However, if they are stable, that means we're gonna have some huge wars later, because we pretty much need to full annex the Timurids. Let's be real. But yeah, man, Muscovy also starts off with the Russian Principality Tier 1 government reform. We're fixed to duchy for now. We got -1 national rest, -5% regiment discount, gov cap. We can recruit Streltsy, which I haven't done just yet. Later, of course, we'll get an even more powerful one once we form Russia. And, you know, these are those special abilities. When you click this, you lose autonomy. You click this, you lower rebellion, you know, progress. And when you click this, you gain some bonuses for the Streltsy. And just like that, we're done with Odoyev. That province is for us. Got a nice event for stability, which is always great. There's our declaration on Tver, which is, you know, something we need to do. Ryazan won't help them. I did try threatening war on Sweden, but they're not willing to accept yet because England is still... Oh, wait. England isn't willing to defend them. Well, then why won't they accept? Do they still feel that powerful? You know what? I'm gonna pop into a quick excursion over here in Finland to take just Viborg. You know, some of you might be considering doing a Finland vassal or something like that, but I'm still not sold on Scandinavia, boys. You guys are gonna have to convince me to conquer Scandinavia. It just juts out so much from these nice borders that we want to have, so I'm not that sure. But yeah, you know, quick 15-minute war in and out versus Sweden for the conquest of Viborg. And there we go. Sweden is already willing to accept. So there we go. There's Viborg, and actually, let me take that and maybe war ups. Yeah, very nice. Cool. Pretty aggressive start, I know here, boys, but hey, we had an opportunity to do it. Let's go back and focus on Tver now. There we go. We'll let the vassals do the work or something like that. Renaissance just spawned, and I'm done with Tver to save some admin points right here. Although, then again, we are not making that much Diplo either. Yeah, maybe I actually stop focusing from admin right here. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is, let's transfer all of this to Rostov, perhaps. and we'll give it to them. There we go. That's what we'll do. That's how we'll save admin points, and we'll annex Rostov later, of course. So there we go. There's another war done, man. Our consolidation of Russia is continuing. The only thing that held us up right here is the Great Horde taking 3 provinces from Ryazan and tributarying them. But it's actually not a problem because we can just declare on Ryazan and fight the Great Horde without fighting their allies. Then we can make them break some of those alliances and take the rest of the 3 provinces that we need in order to take the mission consolidate Russia. But let's chill a bit, let's finish coring, maybe take some techs, and then we'll get to that. That's gonna be our next war. Now we do have a little minor Russian civil war thingy going on right here. It's not a disaster or anything like that, even though the Peasants' War might tick. It's basically just like an event civil war or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna have to beat these guys up. It's really not a problem. You might be noticing that we're doing this ally-less. What do we need allies for? Where are they gonna help? How are they gonna help? Sure, I'll try picking someone up when we fight some of the big guys here. Ottomans, you know, Hungary, Poland, Lithuania. But for now, we really don't need anyone, man. Got admin 4, so we can already start putting down churches. I think the Great Horde did an oopsie right here because they're losing this war. So the Great Horde did lose that war, and they made them ditch Ryazan, which made me diplo-vassalize them. I'm Tech 4 right now. They're Tech 3. This is the right time to strike on the hordes because they can be really nasty when you're fighting them in the steppes. So let's pop into a quick war versus the Great Horde and annoying the Uzbek right here for some Ryazanian reconquest and maybe even some land for myself. You know, there's not that much to do right now. That we're done with Novgorod and we're waiting for this truce, which is going to be in like 8 years. We do border the Livonians as well, although no claims on them yet because we need that Novgorod mission, so I say patience, boys. Let's hit the Great Horde for the reconquest of Ryazan. Ah, my guy went into exile. Oh well. So now pretty much the general we've had since the start, he's a scripted guy that exists already. He's the guy in charge now, I think. Right? Okay, so I'm making the Great Horde give these back to Ryazan and ending their alliance with Uzbek. There we go. That's it. Okay, now they're ally-less, and we could potentially catch them without an ally later, but there we go. We've consolidated Russia. We get the unifier of Russia until the death of this guy, which actually isn't a smart idea because the previous guy might still come back. We're still in that civil war thingy, so let's not take this mission just yet. But yeah, we're good. Most likely, boys, we're gonna chill until we fight Novgorod again. Kazan is looking too annoying for now. So yeah, let's work on the economy a little bit and annex some vassals too. That's right. Well, I guess I inadvertently caused the collapse of the Great Horde, but it is what it is. So I'm annexing below 0 in Yaroslavl right now. There's, I guess, the final event in this Muscovy Civil War chain thing. So right now we got Dmitry in charge, who's a 253. There's a 232. So that guy like stays in exile or whatever, or we can bring the previous guys back and pretenders rise up. 312. It's not better than 253, but the heir, the 345, is better. So yeah, let's end Dimitri's rule once and for all. I know he's general right now, so I guess we want to pick up a general, send those guys to Moscow, raise army maintenance before we pick this one up. Kazan blobbed quite a lot and basically completely blocked me off from these guys, so they're the first horde we have to actually fight. Whatever. Now, we do have Tech 4 in every category. The Renaissance should be spreading a little bit in Moscow. Yeah, it is. So, I forgot to do this, obviously. Let's activate Encourage Dev and bump it up to at least 30. And we finally resolved this, so there's the Muscovite Civil War over, -1 national unrest, and yearly legitimacy. Annexed Puskov as well. Ooh, Prospering Times coming in super early. It spawned in Luki, which is in the Novgorod trade node. Yeah, I guess it's good. I guess it's good. I would have preferred to gotten it in the Baltic later, but there we go. We're gonna go with that. And we basically spawned a level 3 center of trade here. Alrighty, our truce with Novgorod is up. They are ally-less, of course. Let's go ahead and full annex them. And we're done fighting Novgorod. That's going to be a full annex on them. Perfect, man. Now we can take the mission invade Novgorod as well. This gives us further perma-claims, or actually not perma-claims, regular claims on Ruthenia, Estonia, Livonia, Koronia, which is pretty much all of this right here and these three right there. So do we want to take this now? Not really, because I guess I'm not really looking to fight the Livonians now. I kind of wanted to hit Kazan first here and then go back for the Livonians, but we'll see. Let's just core up these provinces from Novgorod, and I'll think on it in the meantime. Man, I guess there's quite a big branch right here that wants us to focus on Scandinavia, huh? It's like conquer this, then we gain further claims. Conquer this, then we gain a claim on the entirety of Scandinavia. If we do that, we gain Karelian infantry. We can get the something Finnish guys cavalry. it's actually really strong, this branch, along with the 25 power projection that's permanent. You know what, boys? Yeah, we are gonna conquer all of Scandinavia. Frick it. We can actually go ahead and revoke this Boyar's privilege right here, which we do want to do. There we go. Right now I'm focusing on construction, as you boys can see. I'm still debating on who we fight. Let's see what happens with the Livonians right here, because Poland did deck on them. It's tier 2 gov reform time. We do have a unique one right here, separate the boyars from the court, but it's really not that good, boys. So we're just gonna go strengthen noble privileges. We're manpower and army size maxing to the max this campaign. Whoa, super aggro by Poland here, ladies and gentlemen, taking out the entirety of the Livonian Order and Riga. They are pretty strong. They got Ducal Prussia as well. They didn't get Moldavia. Yeah, Hungary got Moldavia, which is all right. You know, maybe, you know, to stop the Ottomans, it's better for us. But yeah, super aggro by Poland here. I did not expect that. Yeah, we'll fight them when we fight them. I honestly was debating on whether we will get to fight Poland and Lithuania in this first part, in this first episode, but yeah, I don't know, we might. And speaking of first episode, if you're enjoying this grand campaign, boys, and if you want to see the next episodes, and if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely hit that subscribe button so you stay notified about when the next episode comes out. Obviously, preach. Well, there goes our first guy. Now this guy's in charge, not bad. Air's not bad either. We do have some scripted rulers that are going to come in later, by the way, that are going to help us out a lot. Do we also try and complete the Muscovy/Russia mission tree? This one tells us to colonize Canada and California, which is not something I really wanted to do, but we'll see, I guess. At this point, we've also secured a strong leadership. Nice. Oh, and I guess now we should consolidate Russia as well, because we got that new guy, right? Yeah, there we go. All right, so I picked up Mil 6. That puts me 2 over Kazan and 1 over Crimea and Uzbek. Yeah, let's go, man. We're kind of struggling with gov cap already here, because I did state up a lot of the things we conquered. Obviously, I needed to maintain the economy, boys, and it's gonna be tough. I think I give this out to the Cossacks here as well. Yeah, we're really gonna struggle with gov cap. No more stating, I guess. There we go. There's the deck on Kazan. We're gonna go for, I don't know, whatever. We do need to conquer Sarai to break the Tatar yoke. That's Nogai. I'm paying tribute to Nogai right now. Yeah, we'll get to them later. It's not a problem right now. I guess we want to go for the gold mine here, though, so let's just declare straight up for Bashgird. Okay, war is done. Wasn't that annoying, honestly. My armies were far superior. I did lose my permaclaims now. Obviously, I still have the ones because we're fighting Kazan. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this. This is the gold mine, man. That's gonna help us out quite a lot. And Nogai has got some tricky alliances here. I guess we can do something like this, right? And then maybe, can we do this to Kazan? No, we can't. Not if we can do this. But then again, I have to walk through here and I can't pop up around right there. So yeah, this is not the way to do it, boys. Let's just, I don't know, take stuff here as much as we can. Something like this, maybe? Sure, I'm satisfied with that. There we go. That's another war done. And we've officially bitten up, you know, Kazan and what was the Great Horde right here. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Now we can take the mission and subjugate Kazan. We get a conquistador and missionary strength and claims on certain areas down here. I don't think we want to claim this just yet, at least not until we're ready to fight someone else, just like with this one. But yeah, I guess we're saving some missions for now. That's the annoying part about this, the non-perma claim type of playthrough, because I really don't like saving missions. It's like a pet peeve, you know, I gotta click it if it's there. Either way, there's wait, did I start coring these provinces? I didn't. I'm an idiot. There we go. Now we can start coring them, and pretty soon we'll be at admin 5. Oh, so we have ended the Tatar yoke. How though? I thought we need to conquer Sarai. Oh, that's the mission. That's different. And first idea group time. We're definitely opening up with trade here, ladies and gentlemen. A must if you want to make money as Muscovy. I'm going to pick this one up, but then we're going to save Diplo points for deving the gold mine. Gold mine's at 10. Nice. So I've secured an alliance with Austria. I can get Hungary as well, which would be nice to prevent the Ottomans from pushing into them. They've sort of blocked themselves in over here, which is dope. They're gonna be my help versus Poland and Lithuania, and we might actually fight them soon. Sweden is obviously a very valid target as well, because we did decide we are going for Scandinavia after all too. So, you know, they don't really have too strong allies. Yeah. Tier 3 gov reform time. It might be worth going with representatives of the crown right here while we still have subjects, Rostov, Ryazan, and Perm, but I just don't see it, man. Man, Nogai's really blobbing this campaign, huh? And it's all because I made the Great Horde break all the alliances. Yep, remind me to never do that again. Either way, I got a second army up. Hungary's busy with the Ottomans right here, so I guess we're not dragging them in, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and actually take this mission, invade Novgorod. which will give us claims on these provinces over here. And let's go ahead and declare on Poland as soon as the month ticks. There we go. I'll just declare for Narva, for example, right there. Drag in Austria, and we're aiming to take all of this right here. So then we get those other claims for Scandinavia. We'll lay off the hordes for a while because I do have pretty high aggressive expansion with them. And the reason we're not annexing any more vassals is GovCap, baby. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Poland is already willing to accept what I want to do, and this might seem like a lot, and you might think it's a weird peace deal, but let me explain. Obviously, we need this entire little area right here, you know, where the Livonians were to advance down this branch of the mission tree, which puts us towards Scandinavia. And the reason I'm doing this little snake down here all the way to here is the following. From this province right here, we can release Galicia Volhynia, which is absolutely huge, and we can reconquer their provinces. Then from this province, before that, we can release Kiev once again to reconquer a bunch of cores from. Then there's no one here, but from this province right here, we can pop Smolensk and feed this other province next to them so we don't have to core it. And then from this first one that I'm taking, we can pop Chernigov and then do some reconquering for their cores as well. So even though we're going to lose all of these claims right here because they're not perma claims, we still have a ton to conquer with these vassals that I'm going to pop, and of course very little aggressive expansion. So that is pretty high. Might potentially get coalition by some guys here, but I don't think it's going to be a problem because we're not going to fight these guys for a while, and instead we're going to focus on the hordes and pushing into the Caucasus. So there we go. There's our first war with Poland and Lithuania done, earlier than I thought it'd be, but no big deal. Okay, let's release Galicia Volhynia. There they are in that first province. Let's go ahead and release Kiev. There it is from that province. Now we can go ahead and release Smolensk, just like that, and we can also release Chernigov. There we go. So that's these guys' cores, these guys' cores, these guys' cores, these guys' cores. No one we can pop from here, so I'm just gonna feed it to Smolensk, since they are the smallest of these vassals that we're gonna have. So yeah, I guess it was worth it to take this for tier 3, man. I actually am gonna swap to that. There we go. Wasted 50 gov reform progress, but it's no big deal. There we go. There's Smolensk. Let's grant province, Mazur right there, and there it is. Perfect. So more subjects, and we have the entirety of the Livonian area. We can now take that mission, which gives us further claims. We're not going to do that one just yet. And I've been playing for so long, but it's only been like 40 years, boys. We've increased our debt from like 260 to 660, which is very nice. And this first part of this grand campaign is already going very well. Of course, we're in the easiest part of this grand campaign. I don't even want to know who I'm going to face here and which colonizers I'm going to fight by the time I get to Alaska. That's like episode 4 type stuff, you know, or 3, depending on how this goes. Making great money now, though. There's time for our second idea group. Obviously, we're going religious. Now, for my third and fourth one, I'm actually planning to go Diplo and Admin. Obviously, you know, in a grand conquest campaign, you gotta pick both of those up. But by the point we actually get to have a mill idea group, our army is actually going to be really weak, and we're going to be losing some battles, let's face it. We have had that happen in previous grand campaigns where I didn't focus that much on mill in the early part, so depending on who we're going to face later, it might be tricky not picking up any mill idea groups. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, and obviously when we form Russia is when we're gonna end this part 1. That's usually how we do it. Admin 10, form the first nation, well the last nation in this case, and that's gonna be the episode 1. So we still have quite a lot to go here. There's Rostov annexed. Now I'm doing Perm. After that, we'll finally be able to take this mission because we'll have annexed the original Muscovite subjects. There's Perm annexed, which means there's subjects of Muscovy. There's another mission right there, Land of the Churches. If we, it depends on the icon. Well, actually, this is a good one. We get even more CCR for 25 years. Nice, Land of the Churches. So for the Russian Patriarchate right here, we need to have a metropolitan in Moscow. Okay, we can do that. Patriarch's loyalty 70 or greater. It's not. It's actually going to be tough to get it up there. But why did this get removed? There we go. We want that back. And I guess, I mean, it doesn't hurt to, you know, what you call it, consecrate metropolitan. Sure. Okay, boys, I think it's time to move on the hordes again, man. So let's go ahead and take the mission Subjugate Kazan. We gain the Conquistador, Missionary Strength, and various claims down here. Now, we're not actually going down here. I'm more interested in the stuff over here. So, yeah, that's gonna be our war. Why are they fighting the Ottomans? Ottoman conquest of Kuban. Versus who? Versus no guy, straight up. Oh, nice. Or maybe not nice. Shoot, I wanted this. All right, I'm just gonna declare for like, well, I guess like Yike or something like that. Yeah, that right there. There we go. Chagatai and Khorasan. This is going to be annoying as hell. Weird occupations here because the Ottomans are in, but man, this conquistador is about to come in handy so we can go to Khorasan or Chagatai. Okay, this war was annoying as hell because of Chagatai and Khorasan, but we're done. But we still got the weird occupations by the Ottomans right here. The good thing is, though, I can nab a bunch of this coastline right here before the Ottomans. So before that, because we do occupy Sarai, we can break the Tatar yoke. So there's PP, admin points, mill points. I like that quite a lot. And now let's peace out for pretty much everything we can take. Okay, so that's actually a lot more expensive than I thought it'd be. Okay, and then I don't know, maybe we block off the Ottomans like this, stop them from going further or something like that. I know we're not taking stuff at all that we got claims on, but hey, it is what it is. Let's just take max here, boys. I'm just gonna do that one right there, for example, or I don't know, maybe that one, something like that. Yeah, there we go. Let's do that. Okay, there's that war with Nogai done. So the only thing the Ottomans can take in this war is this one province right here, which is excellent for me. We've blocked them off from pushing into the hordes further. And I also border Imereti, which I was hoping to diplo-vassalize, in Shirvan, which might be too annoying. So yeah, Imereti, another Orthodox guy, man. I really should be able to vassalize those guys. Either way, there's those provinces getting cored up. We're low on Diplo, no big deal. And yeah, let's go back home and chill a little bit. I like the way our expansion is going, I do have to say that. Rapid expansion, and it's still 1495. Ah yes, Imereti will accept being Diplo-vassalized. Nice, let's work on that. Whoa! Hold up, boys. So the ruler of Hungary has died without leaving a direct heir. They will join in a union with Austria unless we contest it. If we do contest it, it'll create a succession war over Hungary. Okay, let's assess the situation here, man. Hungary isn't as big as they could be. They lost some provinces to the Ottomans here, lost these to Scilly somehow. Yeah, they owned a lot more than this, and they've even lost provinces to Silesia, who's a junior partner of Bohemia. I have no idea how that happened. Austria's allies are me, East Frisia, Genoa, Landshut, 3 leagues. However, I'm the one that's gonna get aggressive expansion if we force our union. It would be really good because we'll have a powerful subject right here, and basically us over in Carpathia and the Balkans super early, man. And honestly, I was not even considering doing this until the next episode, so I think it might be worth it to go for this. We can beat Austria, man, pretty easily. Their allies aren't that strong. Yeah, it's just, I love opportunities like this, but I don't like it when it derails me from what I've been wanting to do. So let me take 5 minutes and think about this. Oh, it's weird. I still haven't taken 5, by the way. It's weird because Muscovy / Russia is always the one getting PU'd because they never royal marry anyone, but Hungary, man? Strange. Alright, I'm back after some contemplation, and normally I probably wouldn't do this because I think I'd have more fun just straight up fighting like the Ottomans and the HRE to conquer this, but I know you guys want to see it, so let's do it. Why not? The only bad thing about this is I'm straight up out of manpower, boys. I wasted it walking through these steppes and these mountains and stuff like that, and Miltech, I'm 8. Austria 7. Yeah, we should be able to take these guys as long as I don't run out of manpower. Frick it. Let's go to war, baby. And these guys are already willing to accept. Manpower wasn't really that much of a problem. I actually got an event to get like 9k from Galicia, Bohemia. This is gonna be a massive coalition, so I think it's best to peace out December 31st so it ticks immediately and a lot of these guys don't join. But yeah, we are gonna get coalition by the HRE guys from this. I don't really think it's gonna be a problem though. Alright, that's December 31st, and there's our union over Hungary enforced. Let's take all of these guys as money as well. Or actually, no, let's just get union with Hungary right there. A lot of these guys at the bottom shouldn't join, and we'll also get war ups from Austria and all of their money. And there we go. That's that done. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Tier 4 government reform time. Grant land to the monasteries, obviously, boys. Okay, the month ticked. So there we go. A lot of these guys don't want to join, but yeah, I'll get coalition. And in fact, the Ottomans and Poland are going to join. I'm not a fan of that. Hungary is insta-loyal, though. So I should still improve with them because they might break free. And there's Ivan the Terrible. However, frick. Hungary's still at -13. If I change my guy, they'll break free. What can I do here? Okay, I paid off their debt, which doesn't do anything to the liking, but I did send them a gift, so now they officially do like me, which means we can take Ivan the Terrible as our ruler, ladies and gentlemen. 656. This is going to be a massive boost to our campaign. He's absolutely insane. 15 years old only as well. And yeah, we've kept Hungary too. I like that. Ottomans just entered the coalition as well. Oh boy. We're going to have to chill for quite a bit. Was this worth it? I don't know. It was fun, though. You're kidding me. You're actually kidding me. This has never happened to me. Oh my god, dude. It's the same thing that just happened. You know, it's interesting. The way PUs work, man, is, you know, there are certain game states that the game is in, or a country in the game is in, that you can't really see, which basically decides what happens when a ruler of a other nation dies. Like, you know, 85% of the game, they're only gonna get a guy from your dynasty. Like 10%, you're straight up gonna end up PUing them. Like 5% is this, and maybe there's like a 0.1% chance of like insta inheriting them or something like that. But I guess the game is in that state, or I don't know how it works, but it's the same thing, boys. Look, England's guy died and Castile got them as a junior partner. Now, the reason I can contest all of these, I understand the Hungarian one, it's because we were royal married, but the reason I can contest this is because I think I'm the strongest nation that can, right? I am the #1 great power in the world. Castile got England. I'm the only one that's powerful enough to contest it. I think that's how this works. Now, as awesome as it will be to PU England right here, I can't even get to London. They've already ended up being a junior partner of Castile. We don't need the aggressive expansion. We don't care about anything that England owns. This time, boys, it's time to back down. But man, what an opportunity, dude. What an opportunity. Not that we can't land on England. Nah. It's too much, boys. Let's be real. It's too much. I know you guys want to see this, but it's too much. Thing with Hungary is I actually do need this land. England, I don't care about. So good luck, Castile. Ah, the founding of Orangulsk, which is up here, right? Yeah, nice. Nice. Right, I never diplo-vassalized Imereti. I was doing that. I wonder what stopped me. Yeah, there's Imereti. I like that. I like that a lot. You know, straight up, Florence would accept to be our vassal? That's funny. It's nice to get Goatland, though. I think I am gonna do that. Finally, Admin 8, man. I've been waiting for it for so long, yo. Yeah, let's active uniformity and let's start building these guys. Various claims just expired in Lithuania, but there's Goatland as our vassal as well. Nice, they won't raid us anymore. I'm actually gonna, I was gonna say start doing colonialism in Neva. I guess I should, huh? Yeah. You know, I was gonna say, I like that we locked in the Ottomans so much. We got a powerful Naples right here with good allies. They can't go here, they can't go here, they can't go down here. They're out the Akunu, they're stupid. However, they've just fought Nogai to take one province here, and now they're annexing Crimea. After they annex Crimea, I bet you they're gonna expand here. I bet you that's gonna happen. I'm annexing Ryazan, and the coalition is disbanding. There are still people in, but a lot of people have left. Oh, dude. Nogai is allyless, man. My truce with them expires October 1509. Yeah, let's start spying on them. We do have the ability to claim entire states. Finally devved up colonialism in Neva. I think we're gonna move our capital here later. Of course, this is St. Petersburg, right? Conversion is also moving along, slowly but surely. You know, we only got 2 guys, and missionary strength, as good as it is, we're converting stuff that's not in our states, so, you know, not in a rush here. We can now do the mission Russian Patriarchate as well. I guess they are 70. Oh, yeah, they are. Nice. So that gives us cost of reducing war exhaustion until the end of the game minus 20%. The event, the Russian Orthodox Church declares independence, happens where we gain stab, patriarch authority, and every other Orthodox guy likes us. I don't think there's that many other Orthodox guys, man. In fact, it's just my boys, right? Yeah, it's literally only me and my subjects. Oh well. And that's it. The coalition's fully disbanded now. Excellent. We can continue pummeling the hordes, which is what our focus was. Of course, sooner or later, we are going to have to take down Poland and Sweden again. Ooh. So, Transoxiana just finished fighting Nogai, but they made them pop the Great Horde, Astrakhan, and Bashkiria? And I don't have a lot of claims on these guys. We can deck on Kazan, but Uzbek would defend them, so maybe let's not. Yeah, I guess we just do some regular spying on Astrakhan, the Great Horde, and Bashkiria. Everyone, Kazan's allied Astrakhan and Uzbek. Bashkiria is being guaranteed by Uzbek and Transoxiana. Astrakhan alliance tributary guarantee. Great Horde guarantee. This is so stupid. Austria likes me again though, so frick it. You know what, boys? Kazan, Astrakhan, Nogai. We're going in. I'm also gonna deck on Bashkiria because we're already fighting Uzbek and Transoxiana won't help. And it's the same deal with the Great Horde here. There we go. I'm tired of these hordes, bro. Done with Bashkiria and with the Great Horde. And there goes Kazan, right? Yes. And there go Astrakhan and Nogai. Okay, we've destroyed the hordes. It's Kazan, Great Horde, Nogai, Astrakhan, Crimea. Oh, interesting. I thought Uzbek would be there too. This gives us the end of the Tatar hordes. We gain 100 power projection, morale of armies, global prosperity growth, and monthly devastation for 100 years. I'll take it. There's the end of the Tatar hordes. Hell yeah, boys. That's what's up. We've kicked them out of Europe officially. Just so you guys know, this border war that the Ottomans have going on inside me here, it's gonna be there for a very long time. Sorry. Reformation spawn, by the way. Yeah, that is where it is. HRE looks kind of weird, doesn't it? You know, I can't say I know this province, man. Alexandrov, gay. I mean, if we got no gay, that's officially a wrap on religious. So now we got the Deus Volt CB on everyone we want to fight, which is everyone. No need to spy or anything like that. And there's some more missionary strength and goods produced. That's actually a pretty nice policy there, man. Once again, the defender of the faith, France. Yeah, they would be pretty annoying to fight, man. They would be pretty annoying to fight. Wait, who's Catholic? Right now our truce with Uzbek has expired, and they don't seem that annoying to fight, man. Their army isn't that big. I'm a Miltek ahead. They're only allied to Afghanistan, which, I mean, will we even need to go down there is the thing. I can't see a lot of this, and I was sorta, you know, hoping to get involved with something else. Shoot, dude, we could probably even beat the Ottomans here, if I'm being real. Austria is actually really powerful. I wonder if we do go in for the Ottomans here. Do a little reconquest for like Hungary's stuff, which is like only 3 or 4 provinces, but no big deal. And then I take the rest of the stuff over here. I know right now is probably like the worst time to fight them, but damn, I'm actually 2 Milteks ahead of them. And Austria is 1. What happened? No, they still got their standard guys-ish, I guess. They've picked up quality. They are gonna beat us one-on-one, and I don't outnumber them by that much. You know, fighting the Ottomans might not be a bad way to end episode 1 right here, even though we're still 2 admin texts behind. Let me think. Either that, Lithuania we can't do because of France, or Uzbek, or maybe Shirvan too, but who gives a frick about Shirvan? You know what, boys? I think we can do this. 2 Miltekas ahead. Ottomans should focus on Hungary and Austria, while I come in and siege this, then go down here. Yeah, frick it. Let's declare on the Ottomans reconquest for... Do I do Holy War, maybe? They got Hassa, Akuyunu... Ooh, Ajam. Damn, Ajam is gonna be annoying. So is Akuyunu, actually. They're not that small. Let's not do Holy War, then. I don't know. Or maybe... Yeah, let's do Holy War. Frick it. Dragon Austria. Boom. We're doing pretty good, man. I got this 4 siege guy, and I'm also bombing. Ajam and Akuyunu are already out. I didn't go for Hassa. I don't think they're big enough. I did miscalculate a little bit how many battles the Austrians will lose, because they did lose quite a lot, but I'm putting in work here, boys. For real. I really didn't think we'd be fighting these guys this early. We can actually even take Constantinople. I feel like this would be a little anti-roleplay and slow and steady expansion, so I'm still gunning for the main things, which is like all of the provinces that they have over here, and then make them give some cores back to Hungary, something like that. Yeah, that's already a 93% war score. Maybe I'll give like that to Hungary too or something. Satisfied for now, yeah. Yeah, I actually wanted this, but I can't take it. We don't got the war score for it. So there's the cores back to Hungary and all of these provinces for us. I wonder, can I take that to release Serbia from? They've already lost some of their cores. Nah, you know, we'll deal with the Balkan situation later, man. This is it for now. I'm actually pretty satisfied with that. There we go. Won a war with the Ottomans, probably at the peak of their power, man. And we've officially established dominance over here in the Pontic Steppe. So Ottomans aren't there anymore. Now they're locked between me and their ally. I wonder where they're gonna go. Poland formed the Commonwealth, and I can take another mission, which is Black Sea access, tolerance of the True Faith, unrest, local missionary strength, and a claim on the Caucasus region. Yeah, we're not going there for now. I'm gonna save that mission just like I'm saving this one. Hey, nice. Nice. That was something I wanted to get. And ladies and gentlemen, there's Admin Tech 10, which officially gives us the option to form Russia if we want to. First, I'm going to pick up an idea group right here. We are going to go with Diplo. This is going to help us avoid coalitions and take more land later on. Definitely very necessary for a blobbing type campaign. With all these subjects, influence would be nice too, but Diplo is obviously always better. And there we go. We can go ahead and start that up just like that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we can go ahead and click this button to get 1 missionary strength and get Torrents of Heretics, but also to form the Russian nation. And boom, just like that, we are Russia. We will take new traditions and ambitions. We're no longer the Russian Principality. Instead, we are the Tier 1 Tsardom government reform. Fix the empire rank. We can still claim entire states. We got Russian government ability. We got the modernization mechanic, which I'll explain more, along with plus 20% national manpower, monthly autonomy change, yearly absolutism, plus 350 gov cap. Still got the Streltsy and plus 20% Streltsy force limit, which is absolutely insane. Now, we still got this. This is the modernization. We will want to modernize. We will get this done sooner or later, not a real priority for now. I will explain that in the later episode, but we've also unlocked another massive branch of the mission tree. So up until here, and this one, it's all the Muscovy missions, but this entire branch down here is the Russian mission. So there we go. We found that the Tsardom, increased centralization will be removed, and we gain all of those awesome bonuses right there. And we will be getting to these missions later on down the line. But Russian ideas, man, absolutely insane. Plus 33% national manpower, along with the plus 20 from our government reform, puts us at plus 53% right there. We also got minus 15% CCR, and we already got a bunch of CCR because we took the mission that doesn't give us permanent claims. So we're already at negative 30%. Super strong. Minus 15% AE impact. We can establish Siberian frontiers, and we automatically discover an adjacent when a colony is built. That is this right here. We will be able to do that very, very soon once we have the diplo points to do it. Basically colonize all of these uncolonized provinces over here, and it might even become helpful for Alaska later down the line. Of course, we will see if we're gonna do that. Artillery discount on artillery combat ability, land force limit plus 33%, minus 10% yearly corruption and boyar's influence, army tradition and advisor discounts, and morale of armies and fire damage received, along with legitimacy as a finisher. So super strong ideas right here, super strong missions, very cool 2 government mechanics, by the way. And of course, we will make St. Petersburg our capital, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. It has moved to over here. You know, it's really outgrown Moscow, man. It's as simple as that. But yeah, we also wrapped up trade and religious. We're working on Diplo now. Obviously, the province war score cost is super needed. We do have some subjects as well. We're going to be getting admin after this. Diplo and admin are a must in any blobbing campaign, but as Russia, you do have to open with trade religious instead of Diplo admin, and then all 4 of these are going to be idea groups that are going to be mill focused. Obviously, we're going quantity as well, full quantity here as Russia, man. Massive armies, massive manpower and stuff like that. We're definitely going for a mill hegemon as well. And yeah, regarding CBs, now we got the Deus Volt CB. We don't need claims. Oh, but here's the perfect opportunity, man. France is defender of the faith, and they aren't willing to defend the Commonwealth right now. Perfect. So what we're gonna do right here is reconquer a bunch of these guys as cores. Let's declare for like Lviv or something like that, because Galicia Volhynia does have the most cores, and we'll get back some of these other guys as cores if we can. We'll also make Sweden break the alliance with the Commonwealth. So yeah, let's declare a reconquest right here for that province right there. Drag in Austria, they'll help out a little bit with Bohemia at least. And yeah, there we go. I didn't expect we'd be pushing into the Europeans this hard this early, but it's just the way the campaign went, man. That's just the way it is, yo. It's tier 5 gov reform time. We do have 2 unique ones right here. Boyar's military service, which unlocks some privileges for the nobles that affect infantry and cavalry. I don't know exactly which ones they are. And also we have established the Streltsy. Now, we do already have the Streltsy, as you guys can see right here. In fact, I need to build them up by quite a lot. But this one right here will increase the number of those guys that we can get, and we gain some nice modifiers for them. So this is the one I'm gonna go with. Now, this is a pretty good event chain right here regarding the peasants and serfdom and stuff like that in Russia. Basically, we can inserf them, and we gain some bonuses for manpower and war and stuff like that. But instead of that, you know, we lose institution spread and we lose monthly modernization, something we are going to have to deal with sooner or later with Russia right here. Or we can emancipate them. We gain some like modern bonuses and stuff like that, but we lose 20% national manpower. Now, you know, because we are doing this in a role play type of campaign, and because we're manpower maxing, even though it might be slightly better for the future of this campaign to go with this, I think roleplay wise, we should inserf the peasants. So there we go. And they will rise up against Russia. But it is what it is. And now, as you can see, the boyars have that privilege right here, early serfdom. It's pretty hard to remove this. Now, here's a second event regarding that privilege that we actually chose. We can enact the Oprichnina Forces Tier 2 government reform, which makes us not cause revolts from seizing crown land, minus 5 years of separatism, which is actually really strong, and some other things right there. Or we can not do that, just gain some mill points and some nobles rise up. We are gonna take this. It is unique and it does lean into the whole roleplay thing. Even though this does take away 10% manpower because of strength and noble privileges, I do think it's worth it simply because it's unique. So there we go. There it is. Some nobles have risen up right here. And yeah. And here's another unique reform that we get from this event chain. I was about to mention it in the previous clip, but I wasn't sure if it happened. So we can unlock the Stiatsky Office Tier 2 government reform, which makes us, recruit generals, makes the nobles more loyal, leader discount, boyars influence and stuff like that. Or we can do this other one, the Namestnik Office, which gives us admin points, government reform progress, autonomy change cooldown, minimum autonomy in territories, trade company investment cost. This is not better right now because we have this one, which is pretty good for playing with vassals, but we do have to choose one of them, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one right here. So with that, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 unique government reforms right here, which is super nice. Government reforms are one of my favorite parts of EU4. I'm sure most of you will agree. Now with that, we've also handled the boyars right here. By doing it in the way that we did it, we gain -2 national unrest and plus 25% reform progress growth for 25 years. Now, because I beat up the nobles, we can also take this mission right here, the burning of the something, 50 government reform progress and 10 modernization. Of course, because we're losing so much monthly, that really doesn't matter, but there we go. Ashes to ashes, man. And there we go. We've absolutely fully crushed the Commonwealth. I've transferred occupation of everything that should be my vassals' cores to my vassals. Austria got some occupations up here. So the first thing we're doing, man, is Galicia, Volhynia right here. That is all of their cores. Now, let's make them return cores to, I don't know, let's do Kiev, for example. Let's try and do all of theirs. There should be 2 more right there. There we go. That's all of their cores. And let's see if we have enough war score to get Chernigov's cores back, just like that. Is that all of them? There should be one more. That's it right there. And then we'll have Smolensk cores as well. Can we do those? We can't exactly do everything. We're missing just one province right here, man. That sucks. But let's actually not do Smolensk and Chernigov. We'll do that in the next war, maybe. Another reconquest or something like that. So there we go. Only Kiev and Galicia, Volhynia get their cores back. And then I'm gonna take these 3 provinces down here, so I get connected to my vassal Hungary. And then I'm gonna take this one as well, because it's no one's core. And then do we have something in our states? Yeah, let's take this and that. And there we go. That's our peace deal with the Commonwealth. Now, perfect, man. That's nice. I like that a lot. So these guys got all of their cores back. They can officially be annexed whenever we want to. We'll get these guys as cores back in the next war, or maybe even separatists will pop here or something like that. We'll see. And then, yeah, we'll just continue pummeling the Commonwealth. I mentioned in the intro all of the regions that we need to get, and it's a lot, boys. It's a lot. But yeah, A wasn't even really that bad with these guys right now. I could go for Uzbek or maybe Shirvan or someone like that. Or I can even just wait for my truce with Sweden to expire in about, let's see, 3 years right here and go for them after taking that mission window to the west. So yeah, we'll see what we do. Nice start, though. Obviously, it's time to become Defender of the Faith as well. I did force Mecklenburg, actually, to be Orthodox, just so we tick off the age objective right here. Let's try purchasing modern ideas, seeing what it does. We'll pay 3 months worth of Brandenburg's income in order to increase modernization by 2.5. So it really doesn't matter that much. We lose too much monthly, and it's mostly because of the privileges. I bumped off Puskov 3 times to be able to take this mission right here. The estates lose some crown land, and we gain admin points. I'm looking at these Russian missions down here, whether we can do some of them, because everything, above this is just pretty much conquest. And this manpower game with the Patriarch Authority as well, man, it's insane. And with religious too, like we get, pretty much manpower in True Faith is plus 10% manpower here, so lots of manpower. Either way, truce with Sweden is up, and actually an icon expired. Let me go ahead and take that one right there. Let's go ahead and declare on Sweden, boys. We'll just do cleansing of heresy, Dragon Austria, because why not? And we'll take as much as we can right here, and we might get to pop out Finland right here after we do this. But for that, we do need to own Finnmark as well. So there we go. There's a window on the west. We gain all of those claims right there. Let's go ahead and declare cleansing of heresy, call on Austria. So Sweden is already willing to accept what we're asking for here. I don't want to go too aggro, this first war, and I'll actually try threatening Denmark for this final province right here, because I did want to take the next mission immediately that's going to let me pop Finland, but without that top province right there, Finnmark, we actually can't do it. So let's hope Denmark is willing to accept. If not, we'll just go to war for that one province and then, you know, lay off the European guys a bit, because I do want to hit Uzbek. And something, I'm an idiot, something I've been forgetting to do, boys, is establishing Siberian frontiers, man. There we go. Let's auto-colonize everything up here. Hell yeah. Well, not really for free, but, you know, it costs Diplo points. But yeah, there's the peace deal with Sweden. No money, no war reps, just because I want the truce to expire. Or actually, we're not gonna fight them that soon. Let's get war reps and money too. There we go. There's the peace out. And Denmark is willing to accept giving me Finnmark as a threat. So there we go. Now we do have all of the necessary provinces to pop Finland from. Let's go ahead and take that mission right there, and we are gonna do it this way. Establish the autonomous Grand Duchy. We release Finland as an independent state and make them a vassal. We gain Grand Duke of Finland until Finland is no longer a subject, giving us +1 diplo rep, and we'll be able to recruit the Finnish type of cavalry. Merc Company. It's a Merc Company? I thought it was just Cav, but yeah, let's do this. This is better for the roleplay type of scenario. So there's Finland. There we go. There are boys right now. It said they're going to be a vassal, but really they're a junior partner. But yeah, we're going to have these guys for a while. Oh, I didn't realize I'd give them these provinces over here. Okay, that's okay, though. That's okay. So, yeah, Kola and, okay, these are the provinces we didn't give them. Laponia. Do I give these to them? No, because I'm going to want to conquer down here, right? Yeah, let's keep those two. Let's keep those two. And that just gave me a claim on all of Scandinavia, which leads us towards the mission Slay the Lion of the North, where if we do that, and, oh, if Finland is not our subject, huh, damn, so I wanted to do the roleplay Finland thing for this mission, but I actually don't want to do that for that one, because we gain the Karelians if Finland is not our subject. So maybe we conquer Scandinavia, don't take that mission until we integrate Finland, but then Finland's missions can now be completed while being a subject. Wow, they do have quite a lot of missions. Let me analyze these. Yeah, I'm reading through these missions, and there are some really good ones, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Yeah, this is like, you know, it wants you to do it one way, then it wants you to do it the other way. So, yeah, I think I'm going to save this mission till I annex Finland, which is going to be in quite a while. And then, after we do that, man, we gain 25 permanent power projection for the Eastern Great Power, which is really strong. But yeah, okay, all of this jazz aside, let's get back home, chill a little bit, and then fight Uzbek, man. Okay, armies are in position to strike Uzbek, ladies and gentlemen. They're only allied to Afghanistan, and my strategy here with them is to actually nab a province. That's not it. To nab a province we can release Kazakh from, because some of you may know they are probably the biggest releasable nation in the game. Look at all of the provinces that they have. So we'll nab like this province to release Kazakh from, and then I'll take everything that we can't release Kazakh from, which is like stuff up here and stuff down here. We could go for Siberia as well, but I don't think they're big. They're that big. In fact, we could pop Siberia right now, but yeah, they don't have as many cores as Kazakh. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to declare holy war. Now, you may notice this pretty important event. The Russian Orthodox Church declares independence. Basically, we can let us lead the true faith from St. Petersburg. We gain admin points, Patriarch Authority, and Orthodox guys like us. We can help our brethren reclaim Constantinople, where we lose Patriarch Authority, but we do gain claims on the Ottoman stuff down here. Or we can say it's destiny to free Constantinople from the Turks. So this gives us permanent claims down here, even though at the start of episode 1, we chose, you know, this first mission, which turns every permaclaim into non-permaclaims. However, this isn't from our missions. So do we get claims on this somehow? Let's see. Annex South Carpathia. We gain a permaclaim on every South Slavic province in the Balkan region, but that's not Greek or Turkish, right? But it's not permaclaim as well because of the mission. So I think I am gonna take the big hit to Patriarch Authority to make these permanent claims. Oh, that's just Greece. I thought it was the entire Balkans. It is permanent at least. Hey, while we're in this war and it's going pretty great, we've also appeased the Patriarchate. So Kotrin Trading Metropolitan gives us some bonuses right there. Legitimacy, Patriarch's loyalty. Very nice, very nice. And there it is, war with Uzbek done. They're actually really big, man. I had no idea they own this stuff over here, but yeah. So this is Kazakh's cores right here. Okay, that's pretty big. So this is the province we're gonna release Kazakh from, and then I don't want to take anything that is highlighted. So I think we want to take the top up here so we can colonize, right? That is in Kazakh cores. Very nice. And then I'm also going to be taking further stuff down here. Maybe something like this. Whoa, we can actually take a lot more. What? Utterly defeated. Okay, but are these provinces that cheap? Oh, let me figure this out. Okay, so I'm taking all of this, and I can in fact take a lot more. This will make us 108% overextended, but not really. Oh wait, that's only 2. Yeah, let's not go that big, huh? Let's do that. There we go. So 1 province for Kazakh, and then everything else for me. That's so much, dude. But yeah, there we go. There's a war with Uzbek done. Guys, not too mad right here, and we can go ahead and pop Kazakh from Turgay, shout out to Nogay and Alexandrovgay as well. Gotta be some of my favorite provinces that are named that way. And yeah, there's Kazakh. These are all of their cores, Uzbek mainly, and 2 in Chagatai, so we'll be chilling, 1 in Transoxiana. And now I should discover provinces here that I can also colonize. I don't know who this is. That's probably Oirat? I don't know. Either way, in the next war, we'll get all of these back, and I'll expand over here if I can. At this point, we've also claimed the steppes. This will give us further claims, you know, this way. We don't want to do that just now. I'll probably do it when I'm ready to deck the next war on Uzbek. But yeah, it's also time for tier 6 gov reform time. Royal decree. Do we go with it preemptively? We got 60 more years till absolutism. This is nice. You know what? I am going to go with this even now, man. I am gonna go with this even now. There we go. And yes, nice. We have discovered these provinces, which means we can start colonizing all of these provinces for Diplo points, of course. You know, I guess if I get this mission, I'll get the Conquistador, which will enable me to explore all of these uncolonized ones up here so we can, you know, rush to get to the, you know, to Kamchatka or whatever. I've done that achievement, by the way, as Muscovy way long ago before I even made videos. And it is possible to get here, man, before even by like 1480 or 1490. So there we go. These green ones over here are all the ones we're frontiering. As you guys can see, it is pretty slow, but hey, you know, it is what it is. This is Oirat. I was right. They are a tributary of Chagatai, so, you know, they could potentially be vassalized as well. They do have a lot of cores, but hey, you know, Kazakh is enough. So I've put up some Streltsy and some merc companies right here to be able to take this mission, recruit the Streltsy, so we can ensure regular salaries. They'll demand their salary every new ruler, land maintenance and shock damage received for them, or they can live off the land. So, I mean, shock damage received is kind of nice, and we're rich anyway, so we can pay them. There we go. At this point, we can also westernize the court because I've done all of these things. So, because of the guy I have right now, we'll gain goods produced for 25 years. We have like missionary, Strongs of the True Faith, advisor discount, a great project upgrade cost, tech discount, idea discount. Yeah, this is good. I'm actually satisfied with the goods produced. There we go. We can take that, and we need to do the vodka monopoly and the fate of the peasantry to be able to do absolute autocracy, which I need to have 7 subjects for. Now, right now we're at 9 subjects, so we're good to actually integrate what you call it, Emirati and Goatland, which I was planning to do, but we're pretty far off from the vodka monopoly, man, because we need vodka of the crown for that, which is tier 8 government reform. I don't know if I'll get to tier 8 before this, because I kind of wanted to do this mission before the age of absolutism, but I guess we might not even get to that, huh? Okay, either way, 2 more missions done. Let's get rid of these guys right here because we don't need any of them right now. Either way, time to get a move on by fighting the Commonwealth again. We're going to reconquer Chernigov and Smolensk's cores right now, and then I might take something else for myself. Once again, France isn't willing to help them, and neither is Sweden this time, actually, so I don't need that army up there. Let's do a reconquest for Rilsk, for example, calling Austria again. There we go, another war done. So there's all the Chernigov cores back to them. There's all of the Smolensk cores back to them. And I personally have some claims over here. And it would be nice to push into the Baltic a little bit. These, of course, aren't perma-claims. So maybe we go for something like this. I might get coalition from that, but it's really not that big of a deal. Okay, I'm satisfied with that for now. I'll take all their money as well. And there we go, man. Now we're definitely one of the more dominant nations in the Baltic, which is very nice. I do aim to eventually make that my end node, even though it's kind of just as good as Novgorod, let's be real. But yeah, let's score those provinces up. European guys are mad-ish for now. Now, where do we go, man? I annexed Imereti right here. We could go for Georgia, who's ally-less. I got a core of theirs. Is that the only reason they won't become a vassal? No, they're too big anyway. We could go for Shirvan, Avaria, which is a Shirvan subject. Although for Shirvan, I have to fight all of these guys. So yeah, lots of places we can go. Still a pretty long truce with Uzbek, 10 more years. So I guess we're gonna have to get involved down here. At this point, we've unlocked another mission right here, Conquer Ruthenia, where it'll enable us to do some nice things to Kiev, and we gain a claim on the Poland region. We're not gonna do that just yet until we fight the Commonwealth again. But yeah, I just took the mission Black Sea Access. We gained Tolerance of the True Faith, and I got claims on this. I think we should go for Georgia. Yeah, they're an Orthodox guy as well, but we gotta do it. Now, at this point, we also got a Book of Royal Degrees. The event bureaucratic focus happens, and we'll be able to select one admin, commercial, or military aspect of the state. So, these are all temporary, so it doesn't matter that much. So, Gov Reform Progress and admin points, Mercantilism and Diplo points, Army Tradition and Mill points, Army Tradition, Miltech Discount, Trade Efficiency. I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah. And there's my declaration on Georgia. Regular conquest. Obviously, I annexed Imereti during that Commonwealth War, and we're annexing Gotland now. Oh, wait, we can do this mission. It's either or. So we don't need vodka of the crown. We just need 10 provinces producing grain to be at 6 production. And there we go. That's a wrap on Georgia. So pretty nice expansion in the Caucasus as well. We own about half of it right now. We'll be full annexing them. And there we go. Very nice. So we got an option to fight QQ here, who's ally-less, and in fact, interestingly enough, boys, we need a lot of things from QQ. We can reach basically the Mashriq, which is going to be a border of our country right here. This is not something we're going for. It's Balkans, Anatolia, Persia, Khorasan, and stuff like that. So we could fight QQ. We don't need that many provinces from them. Only up to here. Might as well do it while I'm here, right? Frick it. I mean, it's going to be a weird snake that's jutting out between Akkuyunlu and Persia, but hey, why not? There we go, tiny war with QQ done. This is everything we need. Well, we need this province as well, but we can't take it, obviously. And this is gonna be our southern border, boys. We've actually reached a region, you know, where we don't need to conquer in, which is the Mashriq. Cool. Oh, that put me over 100%. Damn. Yeah, more missions unlocked right here. This one gives us, like, claims in Persia, which is nice. We'll use it soon. Oh, Uzbek is getting absolutely obliterated by all sides, man. Okay, I think I finally bumped up enough, enough provinces to take the vodka monopoly right here. We enable promote vodka sales, and we gain some money from grain. Of course, we will go with vodka of the crown later for tier 6 because, it is, for tier 8, it is really good for us, man. We got local production efficiency plus 125 in all the grain provinces, and we do have a decent amount of grain provinces, man, or, you know, maybe it might not be the best, but we'll see. Yeah, along with unrest and goods produced, most importantly, even though it does increase idea costs. So yeah, let's go ahead and take that mission right there. If we promote vodka sales, we gain money, but every own green province loses prosperity, and we gain some national rest because everyone's drunk. We don't really want to do that, not that much. But then after that, man, we have the mission Fate of the Peasantry right here, where we completed it in one way, and basically privileges related to serfdom gain additional conditional modifiers. Now, we can do absolute autocracy right here, which I did kind of want to get done before absolutism. I think after absolutism the requirements change and it might give us something else, but it doesn't matter. So I need boyars to not be that influential, and I need to seize a couple of times. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, let's get a move on here, boys. By declaring on Shirvan, I'm noticing Persia won't help them out, so this is a perfect opportunity. Let's go Holy War right here because it's less aggressive expansion. And there we go. As soon as a month ticks over, we can make Akkuyunlu end the alliance with the Ottomans here. Very nice. Oh yeah, we've also reached a border up here. I didn't mention that. Yeah, so basically what we want to own right here, ladies and gentlemen, is Eastern Europe, Tartary, all of the Persia subcontinent, you know, Anatolia over here in the Levant subcontinent, a bit of Western Europe, so we can actually start fortifying right here, you know, building the end game forts in certain provinces, which one of them is going to be Danzig, and, you know, it's going to skip one and roll down, you know, the border of Poland and stuff like that down here to the Balkans. This is going to be like one border right here. Shout out Naples, though. They're having a great game, and they're independent. Nice. Hey, is this where that meteor exploded? Right? Should be. And just like that, folks, after piecing out Akkuyunlu, making them end that alliance, white piecing Transoxiana, we can go ahead and full annex Shirvan along with our vassal Avaria. Nice. Alrighty, man. I'm liking the way this is looking. You know, there's still so much to conquer here, and the reason I'm not really focusing on those guys is they're so big, and their provinces are so big, and it takes a month to walk from a province to another province, so that's why I'm focusing on some of the smaller guys right here. But yeah, man, the truce with Uzbek is actually still on. Wow, for about a year more. They're still fighting who? Someone they barely even border. Yeah, I should probably hit them, but a lot of these Kazakh cores have been retaken by Transoxiana and Chagatai. Oirat is also bigger now. They're still a subject. Yeah, interesting. interesting. I'm interested in seeing what's happening here. Ming obviously blew up. We got a big Liang. Okay. So, yeah. And I wonder what the colonizers are doing in Alaska. We can't really see it. I don't think anyone's there yet. But, yeah. Okay, truce with Uzbek expired. They are guaranteeing Chin. I don't even know who that is. Let's just do a reconquest for whatever. And I think this is pretty much all of them. Maybe this province too, which we can't get. So, yeah. And there's all of those cores back to Uzbek. There's actually 2 more provinces that they have. I guess these 2 that I can't take either way. So there we go. There's that war with Uzbek done. Kazakh still has some cores to reconquer from Transoxiana and Chagatai. Transoxiana allied to Fars and Bengal. Whoa, both of them won't join. Damn, how am I... Oh, let's hope we can do this, because it would be really nice to avoid fighting Bengal here. Right now, we're going to get into the point of the game, boys, where we're going to have to deal with the Indian alliances, which are super annoying, man. Obviously, I'm way more powerful than any of these guys, but it's just so far to walk to and piece them out. And then Tibet right here, Chagatai is going to be a pain in the ass to fight, but still, yeah. I'm even looking into fighting the Ottomans right now, because, wait, neither Hassan nor Persia will help them. What do we do with them? We do need everything from them when you take a look at it like that. So we could maybe even feed something to Hungary to save some admin points. Not that we need to save admin points. I was thinking about releasing Bulgaria. Biz, I'm not. I swore off of releasing these guys. Frick them. We got claims. So yeah, maybe we could go for the Ottomans. What's the opinion with these guys right here? There's actually so many good opportunities, dude. Ottomans, Transoxiana, maybe in 3 years. You know, Commonwealth soon-ish. Sweden, Norway, Denmark. Wow. Yeah, I'm loving this, the way this game is developing, man. But yeah, still need to push harder into Central Asia right here. I'm sort of feeling stuck up here. I do want all of this. Ah, I think Ivan the Terrible just died. He did. He did. We got his son Ivan, the guy he killed in the painting, I guess. But, we can't not pay them anything, right? Let's just, we can actually pay them more to give them more stuff. Yeah, let's pay them an appropriate wage for now. But yeah, we got a son in charge. Can this trigger the troubles? No, it can't. Okay, I'm not really doing anything in particular to avoid this disaster. In fact, it's pretty good to go for it. If you want to get like permanent plus 10% morale for this mission, but yeah, no more avoiding disasters. If they happen, boys, but they won't. This probably won't happen. If this guy lives till absolutism, which he might, and then again, if his son does get into power, this other guy, we might get the time of troubles. But this guy, I'm thinking about disinheriting anyway, because he sucks anyway. So I'm trying to get the Romanovs as well. I don't exactly know how you get them. Hey, nice. So, Austria just gave these 3 provinces back to Hungary. One was their core. They made them Bohemia release Nitra, and they gave these 2 to Hungary? No, we don't want that at all. Fine, I guess I'll have to give it back once I actually annex Hungary, but whatever. I never transferred occupation of those because I didn't expect Austria to give them, but... Alright, so I decided I am going for Transoxiana after all, because I do want to avoid fighting Bengal while I can. So we're going to do a reconquest for, like, Turkestan or something like that. Not a lot to reconquer right there, but yeah, or maybe we just do Holy War. Yeah, let's just do Holy War, because we're mostly going to be taking stuff ourselves, and it's only like a couple of cores for Kazakh, which will make them give back anyway. So yeah, there we go. There's a declaration right there. Mal was their only ally. Shouldn't be too bad, even though it will be slightly annoying. Oh, I should be taking this mission now. Yeah, because it gives me claims on stuff I want. Yeah, beyond the Urals. We're gonna claim on something area. Another conquistador. Sure, I'll be taking that as well. Yeah, nice. Over here, it's also time for Tier 7 Gov reform. This is pretty standard. Nothing to do right here, just meritocratic. And there we go, we're done with Transoxiana. These are going back to Kazakh, and I'm taking all of that. There we go, nice expansion into Central Asia. And we're actually even in Khorasan and Persia now. Well, we were in Persia earlier, but I like that quite a lot, man. So yeah, we still got some Kazakh cores to reconquer from Chagatai. We'll get to Chagatai later. It's going to be really annoying to fight them. They got a bunch of tributaries, even though, you know, they won't really help. And they got Mongolia and Jaunpur as an ally, which Jaunpur isn't that big. Mongolia might not be either, but I should probably steal maps here. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should steal maps of Tibet and Mongolia. Who do I spy on? Let's spy on Oirat right here. And Chagatai as well. Sure, the steel maps of Tibet and Mongolia. And this is the second coalition that's popped to this game. Some guys are mad. Ottomans, I think all of these guys could join. I don't know. Yeah, the Commonwealth might join as well once my truce with them is up. So yeah, Afghanistan and the Commonwealth could be in the same coalition against us. No big deal though. I guess we'll chill a bit. Yeah, look at this weird ass coalition. The Commonwealth, Akkuyunlu, Persia, and Afghanistan. And Chagatai. And the Ottomans. Now, since we're not doing anything with Diplo points, might as well do a little culture converting on, you know, the cheapest provinces, man. Since there's so many different cultures you can convert, I'll just do it on the non-accepted ones. I know we formed like the Slavic culture group later, where some of these other guys will become like auto-accepted, so maybe we do it on like these guys down here. Yeah. At this point, we've also completed the requirements for the mission Colonize Western Siberia. We created a level 2 center of trade in Tomsk, which should be right there. There we go. And we gain a claim on the East Siberia region, which is that right there. Okay. I've started already taking away some privileges that we don't need in preparation for absolutism and modernization. Stealing maps from Oirat, Mongolia, and we've learned about all of this. Okay, we can see a little bit better now. I see some of the northern Chinese guys. We can see Fortune. We can see Mongolia. This all, well, almost all of it right here is uncolonized. We got some of the other Jurchen guys here, I think. Korea should be right there. Yeah, I guess I should keep spying. Steal maps of like East Siberia, Tibet. Yeah, and yeah, man, speaking of missions, you know, there's some super powerful ones right here, like, for example, this one for the permanent PP, and then this one down here, Great Imperial Ambitions, which we do need to complete this one for. We're already pretty close to doing this. This one might be kind of annoying with a modernization needing to be at 50, but we'll get it done eventually. And then once you get this one done down here, after we complete the modernization and enact the Russian Empire or Great Russian Federation Tier 1 government reforms, which are basically, you know, monarchist, which we're doing Russian Empire, and then the Novgorod version is the Great Russian Federation, will, you know, will unlock even further Imperial Russian missions or tech group changes to Western and stuff like that, which makes us not have to fall off later on in the game. It might be early for now. There is a chance we could actually do this one right here in episode 2, but it's looking more likely like this is going to be an episode 3 type of thing. You know, episode 1 was establishing ourselves over in this region. This episode, it's all about pushing in various directions. You guys can see we're colonizing, fighting these guys a little bit, over here a little bit, over here a little bit, pushing everywhere. No real strict focus this episode right here. But yeah, there's still quite a lot of conquest left to go, boys, as you guys can tell, man. And you know, I'm still debating whether to actually complete this mission tree, man, because we do have like other colonization stuff we need to do later, like the Canada, California and stuff like that. Sure, we will get Cascadia, but these are two we might not get to complete. And then the Imperial Russian ones, which I've never even seen. It's gonna be very interesting. So, you know, with all of these conquests that I mentioned, man, if we do decide to complete the mission tree, it might even be more than that. Exciting though, nevertheless. There's some more map stealing. Let's learn about Tibet now. It's not that big, but it's important that we see it. Oh wait, what's this? Is that not in Tibet? Oh, that's like Central Asia and China. Oh my god, dude. That's what I wanted to know about. But yeah, there's Admin Tech 14, ladies and gentlemen, and there's our final, I think, non-mill idea group for this campaign, unless we pick up expansion, of course, later down the line if we're doing that much colonizing. But yeah, we gotta go with admin right here, man. The CCR, the GovCap, all of that is super, super necessary in a massive blobbing campaign like this. So there we go. There's all of our non-mill idea groups done. You know, I said in last episode that we might encounter problems when facing someone stronger than us in terms of military quality, and that really hasn't happened so far, man. We can like easily beat any of these guys here, the Commonwealth, the Ottomans. We beat up some guys here. I think we'll probably, you know, lose some battles if we end up fighting like some Indian guys maybe, but aside from that, no real problems. And there's never a reason for us to fight England, France, or Spain, even though France is defender of the faith. As you guys know, they're never willing to defend, no, now Naples is defender of the faith, so it really isn't that much of a problem. Finland got Åland somehow, which is nice. But yeah, let's get into it, boys. Right now, Norway seems like the only valid target. They're independent from Denmark, but they're allied. We don't have the claims on them anymore. They expired, but yeah, let's go for them. They're allied to Brandenburg, Denmark, Cleves, and they got Norwegian Canada as a subject, which... shoot, if we full annex Norway later, it might not be a bad idea to inherit these guys as a colony, as our Canadian colony, you know? Yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes, but for now, let's do this. Okay, this is interesting. We can go ahead and gain some positive and negative modifiers in Erengelsk, which I think is up here somewhere. Yeah, there it is, but instead, we'll gain 1,000 population in Miktuya. Let's see, where is that? Tuya. do we have that? We already do have that. And we gain a fort? Sure. There we go. Oh, and we start auto doing these for free next to it. Cool, cool, cool. I like that. Okay, something pretty important right here to debate on. So we got peasant stuff once again, and really something that's really holding up our modernization. If you guys can see down there, it's early serfdom, minus 0.5 per month. Now, we can codify serfdom. Early serfdom will be revoked from the boyars, which would remove those things, and legalized serfdom would be granted, which is an even more powerful version, I guess, manpower-wise, of this early serfdom reform, but tech and ideas and institution and modernization are even worse. So there we go. We did have a little bit of serfdom, but we can revoke it now completely and grant them peasant liberation, which gives us the modernization stuff, and we do lose manpower. So, you know, roleplay wise, it would make sense to do this like later than this, but I don't know if we have another opportunity for this. So there we go. Enough serfdom. It's time to liberate the peasants, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Some of those guys popped there. It's no big deal. And now we actually gain modernization. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, Russia has officially started to modernize, and we can gun our way towards great imperial ambitions. I like that quite a lot. We still have these same government reforms. I don't know if these will change, but yeah, now we got peasant liberation granted to the boyars. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Very cool. Okay, so the war with Norway is pretty much done here, boys. They don't seem to own anything outside of Scandinavia, as far as I can tell, and they do have their subject, Norwegian Canada, over in Canada, obviously. Something we weren't really thinking about going for, and in the Hudson Bay, they're present there as well. So is Norway full annexable here, is what I want to know, because like that, you know, we do want to full annex them, and if we do full annex them, which we can, we will automatically receive their colony Canada right here. However, that is 124 overextension, but no one is really that mad. And look, 99% war score. So do we do this? It's not gonna put us in the negative with diplo points, and we don't have enough admin points to core at all, but like that, we will gain a colonial nation over here. That's a merchant or whatever. If we dominate, we can subsidize them. And, you know, we do have some other guys here that are not natives present, like Finland or Spanish Canada and stuff like that. So do we want to do this, or do we want to, like, leave them alone in, like, these provinces? Although I will need a navy to fight them later for this. You know what? I'm going to pull the trigger. We're doing this. I guess we're colonizing Canada and the Hudson Bay and Cascadia, ladies and gentlemen. The goals for this campaign to keep increasing. It's gonna be a world conquest by the time we're done. But there's Norway, full annexed. All right, what do we name Canada here? We gotta think of a Russian name for it, right? So we can let's pay off their debt first. What's their culture? Their culture doesn't matter to me. Religion, I guess, doesn't matter too much, but we can enforce religion. Let's how do we customize it? Customize subject. There it is. Let's name it what's, I don't know, something Russian. How about Canada? I can't spell. You know what? New Karelia sounds kind of nice, doesn't it? New Karelian. I think that's the or whatever you call it. How do we deal with that? But yeah, that wasn't too much aggressive expansion, and while I was in that war, this coalition disbanded. I just can't seem to change Canada's name, man. Spawn gold somewhere? Yeah, right there. Cool. Okay, so I was watching Burger's influence. It just dropped from 60 to 25 because a bunch of modifiers expired. Now for this mission, an absolute monarchy legitimacy of 90, we can do that by strengthening government. Stab 3, we can almost do that, and then no subjects has to have more than 20 liberty desire, which only Canada does. If we placate them, there we go. So there's placating, there's strengthening government. All we need to do to complete an absolute autocracy is 3 stab, and then for this we need 50 modernization, which we are gunning towards. Excellent, boys. We might actually get to do great imperial ambitions this game, man. You know, wrap it up with that and with entering the age of absolutism. So yeah, let's form a little bit of admin, man. I unlocked admin so long ago. I only have one idea. It's so hilarious. But yeah, I like that. Okay, let's do those missions, and then we'll fight someone else. I think we need to get back to these guys over here because Look how far I've reached over here. Okay, there we go. Just stabbed up to 3, which means, yes, now we can take an absolute autocracy, 50 admin points and monthly autonomy change for 20 years. Not that important, but very important to be able to do this. So now we need to look towards modernize the state. Yeah, we just need 50 modernization. It's at 41.216 right now. Whenever I get like 500 or 600 ducats, I keep purchasing it from guys right here. That increases it by 2. So like, yeah, 4 or 5 more purchases and we're there, boys. I like that. Ooh, folks, we're officially at 51 modernization right here, and that means we can take the mission modernize the state. So that gives us 75 government progress plus 50% innovativeness gain and plus 50% modernization gain for 25 years, which will help us get up to 100, obviously. And in an own province with the highest development, we'll gain the following effect. We gain a university, institution spread, and dev discount. So we kind of want to gear it towards St. Petersburg. The most dev province is St. Petersburg. Perfect. So we can go ahead and take that mission right there. And there's all of those awesome bonuses. Now we just need to complete the modernization of Russia and enact either the Russian Empire or Great Russian Federation. Now, we have this decision right here. I think that is the option right there. So we just need to have no rivals or humiliate our rivals. And right now we have 2 possible rivals. You know, it won't be that difficult to humiliate the Ottomans here, boys, even in just a regular conquest. I think that's something we need to do right now while this is climbing up towards 90 modernization. And of course, I will keep purchasing modernization all this time, you know. So yeah, let's do that, man. Ottomans are allied to Persia right here, or I was thinking, do I declare on Persia and just humiliate the Ottomans? Because they're fighting Akuyulun right now in the Persian conquest of something. Or do we hit the Ottomans? I think I'm just gonna hit the Ottomans, man. Any missions we can take before that? No, not really. Doesn't matter. So yeah, there's our deck on the Ottomans, man. We're just gonna declare for the conquest of nothing. We're just gonna do Holy War, Dragon, Austria. We outnumber them significantly. Allied to Tunis, Hassa, and Persia, which will be slightly annoying. Someone from Somalia, shout out them. And yeah, let's get it. After that, we'll focus on the hordes. I kind of want to get this out of the way. That's gonna be our culmination of this campaign, or of this episode, sorry. Okay, so during this war, I took out burgher loans. As you can see, I still have quite a lot. It was like 5,000 something ducats. We're already at 90 modernization, which means we can do this. So Tunis is still in. We can't piece them out. They're too far away. And there's a lot of occupation by Austria here. So what I think I'm just going to do, folks, is take this province and this province. We're going to pop Bulgaria from here, and I'm going to just feed this to Hungary or something. And then we're going to humiliate these guys. And then maybe do we do this? That way, these 3 provinces will go to Bulgaria, and I'll nab Constantinople. Is it the right thing to do to take the city of the world's desire this early, man? You know, I was sort of hoping for a powerful Ottomans this game, but they got cucked by me PUing Hungary here, and they got cucked by their alliances with the Akuyulun right here, so they never really grew that much. This is all they have, man. You guys know I took only very little from them up here. They've been super weak this game. You know what? That deserves punishment, ladies and gentlemen. These dumbasses deserve punishment because they took away the satisfaction from me and from you guys for us to have them as the end game boss. You know, the final thing. Wow, we conquered Constantinople. Whereas, no, the end game boss is probably going to be someone like Spain, who we're going to fight for colonial stuff. And let's remember, they PU'd England last campaign, so there's your endgame boss right there. They've been the number 2 great power all game, and in fact, they're probably going to overtake me pretty soon once they start rapidly colonizing. But yeah, suck it, Ottomans. You weren't good enough, so I'm taking Constantinople along with 191 ducats. So there it is. We get those provinces that are humiliated, and we nab the city of the world's desire, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Very nice, man. I gotta say, very nice. Let's go ahead and release Bulgaria now. There we go. They pop from these provinces. I'll also go ahead and grant Bessarabia to Hungary right there just because, just like that. But I'll be keeping Tsargrad for myself, and we will be pouring it up. Now, taking a look at the missions first, we don't need to take any of that. We'll be doing all of that later, of course. So I guess the only thing that's left to do, folks, is to proclaim the Emperor title. And there it is. All hail the Emperor. We enact the Russian Empire. Tier 1 government reform. Fixed to Empire rank. We can still claim entire states. We got the Russian rule ability. manpower, monthly autonomy change, institution embracement cost, absolutism, max absolutism, gov cap. Pretty much a more absolute version, a slightly more absolute version of the Tsardom right here. And there we go. All hail the empire, ladies and gentlemen. We can even flip back to a Tsardom or to a Russian principality, but we will not be doing that. And with all that, I think we are able to complete the Great Imperial Ambitions mission, where we unlock the Imperial Russian missions in the event a Western approach happens. Boom. This is that event. Our tech group changes to Western. We gain 50 prestige, and we unlock these additional missions down here. That's insane, man. Western units. We do need to swap to them, I think, or they'll auto swap once a month ticks over, but yeah. We'll no longer be the laughing stock. We never were, but we won't let ourselves become the laughing stock of the world like these guys down here became. You know, we're the superior green nation. All right, we didn't swap to Western. We have the ability to swap to Western with this. And these missions down here, they're all like gov reform related. It's insane. What's this one though? Which we get an event when the Age of Revolutions start, which unlocks the final 3 missions? Very interesting. Well, I just hired a level 3 mill guy, and we can do this mission. That's advisor discount, and this event happens. Institutionalize the governing senate. We enact the governing senate tier 6 government reform, which would replace this one, which is good for absolutism, but this one gives us, okay, it enables the parliament, or we can abolish the governing senate. We enact enforced autocracy, tier 6. Can sell titles to a specific state, can seize land from a specific estate, and we gain culture conversion time. Wow, that's a rare modifier. Almost no one gets culture conversion time. Now, is this better than the absolutism thing? I don't know, but we're doing it. Enforced autocracy. Now, of course, the whole Streltsy and modernization thing and stuff like that has been swapped with this thing right here, so we can enforce absolutist rule where we lose autonomy, you know, or we can enforce cultural revolution for tax and idea discount, or we can mobilize new order regiments for infantry combat and reinforced speed. Pretty much, I guess, what the game thinks are more powerful versions that are slightly similar to the stuff we already had as Muscovy or as Tsardom, Russia, right? This is actually a pretty insane one right here that allows us to revoke estate privileges without caring about loyalty and influence, but it's pretty hard to complete, man. We need to have like 7 really big subjects and 90% crown land ownership. Now we can get that, but 7 big ass subjects? Okay, Hungary and Finland are 1, I guess, and Kazakh, but how are we gonna get these other guys over 100? I guess Canada will get over 100 eventually. I don't know. Tricky, boys. Tricky. And what a lovely way to actually end this episode, ladies and gentlemen. It is the War of the Protestant League. Who declared on Austria? Brandenburg declared on Austria. I can't even see this entire thing. I can't lower it, right? We can't even scroll all the way up. Let's take a look at the leagues right here. There's religious leagues. So let's see. Who are the powerful guys that are on the Protestant side? You know, I can call Brandenburg, Denmark, and Sweden mid-tier powers, and France, Naples, and the Ottomans I would consider, you know, powerful, right? And then on this other side, we got Austria and Bohemia, which are decent. I guess just Austria, Spain as well. Why doesn't Austria like me that much anymore? They want my subjects, provinces? Shut the frick up. Austria, Spain, and Portugal. And of course, let's not forget about me. There's the War of the Protestant League. Let's beat the Ottomans' ass again. I gotta say, man, I've played Russia for guides before, or not really Russia, I guess it's just Muscovy, and I've only really done a real campaign as them once in A to Z, where we needed to conquer a bunch, but it was nowhere near as dynamic and as focused as this one, man. Like, I can't remember the last time I had a campaign where I read these missions that closely and wanted to accomplish them so much, especially when everything revolves around gov reforms, which I already mentioned are probably one of my favorite parts of EU4. Like, there's a unique one. There's multiple unique ones here. Same here. This one, I bet you will get a really good one for tier 4 once we complete this one right here, right? So I can bet you there's like unique ones on every tier for Russia, man. We already got the vodka stuff right here, but yeah, there's probably some ones down here too, or even ones that replace other ones. So really, really fun, man. Really fun, especially with the unique gov reforms when you're Muscovy, and then the modernization and those things right there. But then you form Russia and you're at Tsardom, but then you can become the Russian Empire or the Great Russian Federation if you start as Novgorod, or Grand Republic before the Grand Federation if you're Novgorod as well. So man, even if you do this as Muscovy or as Novgorod, it's like completely different ways to do kind of the same thing, but it's not really because the modifiers are different. So really the only thing that's the same in a Novgorod and in a Muscovy campaign is what you conquer. Everything else that you do is like the same-ish missions, but totally different style because of Republican monarchy, right? I love it. Super fun. While we're over here, we're going to take our tier 8 government reform. I am actually going to go with Vodka of the Crown right here simply because it's unique. We might get another unique one there later on down the line. Even if we don't, it's still pretty good. The only negative thing is the plus 5% idea cost, but hey, I'll take it for those goods produced. We're still chilling. Meanwhile, on this side, we have reached the Pacific Ocean, ladies and gentlemen. Finally. Slight update. Some guys have been pieced out by Austria, but it's mainly just been tiny guys. It's gonna be a while before we knock out the big guys. Nothing too interesting going on. I got my armies on auto siege. I'm managing like culture conversion, and I'm building some boats for certain missions, colonizing here. I'm not really too invested in this war myself, even though I am actively participating in it. I'm getting like 7 FPS while I'm unpaused. It's crazy. Interesting. Very interesting, in fact, that Austria took all of this just now when piecing out the Ottomans. And I thought I was gonna have an ally for life in them, man. Okay, well, there we go. I hope they become our new endgame boss. Now this I don't see how happened. Trebizond, an Orthodox guy's royal married to Egypt, who's Sunni. That's very interesting. Yeah, I don't see how they could do it. Does one of them have a special thing? I don't know. All right, as you boys can see, I dipped from that war, man. I just couldn't be bothered to participate anymore with how slow Austria pieces everyone out. They're gonna win anyway. They don't need me. What I do need to do, though, is declare on Oirat right here, because it is time we get back to getting involved with all of these guys right here. I feel like we've been focusing on this region a bit too much. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and declare on Oirat, not on Chagatai, because I don't want to have to fight Mongolia and Jaunpur here, even though eventually we will. So, let's just beat on Oirat right here. Their province war score cost is 60, so they can be full annexed here, and I might even make Chagatai give back all of Kazakh's cores. So there we go. There's the declaration. Simple as. Meanwhile, culture conversion is going super quick too, man, with how low dev and cheap these provinces are. You know, we got that culture conversion time modifier, if you guys remember, which is super rare. I don't even remember what we got it from. It's like I don't know, a gov reform or a mission or something like that. But yeah, it does help out quite a lot. And with all of those things, you know, with the unrest that we stack right here, well, right now it's not that big, but at certain points it's like 10 to 12. And then we got a bunch of local unrest modifiers as well, with everything being the you know, our religion and our culture, man. This is like a super low rebellion type of campaign. Okay, we're done here. I actually forgot to make Chagatai return Kazakh scores. I did make them end the alliance with Jaunpur, though. They still have about 1 million tributaries down here, which luckily we don't have to fight. But yeah, this is gonna be a full annex on Oirat, boys. We do need all of the provinces that they have, and there we go. It's not even that many. So nice, man. More expansion in the, well, in the Mongolia and West Siberia regions right here. I like that quite a lot. So we still got this tiny 2-province Uzbek here, who's a tributary of Mongolia. If we hit Mongolia directly, they're gonna bring in all of these guys right here. Doesn't matter too much. I do need to steal someone's maps of Manchuria, though. Let's go ahead and spy on Mongolia and on Shibe, I think. We'll try and get it from someone here. And there we go. Emperor Triumphant Catholic did become the official faith of the HRE. Even though a lot of it isn't Catholic, Austria did end up winning. This really doesn't concern us too much, man. Now, at this point, I've concentrated some more metropolitans, and we can complete this mission, the Most Holy Synod. And we're doing it with the Patriarch way, which will enable us to select strengthened the Patriarchate government reform. And I think these are going to relate to tier 4, boys. But if we also fulfill the requirement to have an ally that's Christian but not Orthodox with 75 trust and 150 opinion, we'll also be able to select head of the Patriarchate government reform. So we do have an ally that's Christian but not Orthodox. It's Austria, and they do have 95 trust. However, they do not have 150 opinion of us. So let's improve with Austria. And there it is, 151 with Austria. I had to pop off a few scornful, improve relations, send, give, guarantee, and I'm giving them max subsidies, by the way. That's why I'm losing so much money. But that means that both of these requirements are now fulfilled, and we're basically completing this mission in every possible way at the same time. So there we go. So we can combine the role of patriarch and emperor. Unlock the head of the patriarchate government reform. That's tier 4. Religious culture no longer gives penalties. Tolerance of the true faith, diplomat, improve relations, temples, and cathedrals. It's still the same. Tolerance of the true faith, max absolutism, patriarch authority, patriarch loyalty. Nice. Or we should not meddle with the affairs of the church, which is just head of the patriarchate unlocked. So this is the one we're gonna do. Basically, it's a more powerful version of grant land to the monasteries. Actually way better. So there we go. We got a unique tier 1, unique tier 2, unique tier 3, unique tier 4, unique tier 5, unique tier 6. I hope we can get a unique tier 7. We got a unique tier 8, and I gotta figure out if we get these, because I do think we will, because there's there should be more government reforms right here, I think, right? Maybe there. No, it's not there. No, it's not there. I think it should be somewhere here. Yeah, there's at least one more right there. Table of ranks. I don't know which one would be that one, though. Stole maps of Manchuria. There we go. Shibei, Korchin, Orochoni, Jiangsu, and a tiny Haishi. Not that bad. Who's Emperor of China, by the way? It's Wu. Who is Wu? Okay. But now with all of that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we do our final war for this episode before the age of absolutism starts ticking, right? It's only gonna hit at 1600, then we got 10 years by fighting a very weak Persia right here. Well, not that weak, they're pretty powerful, but their allies, the Ottomans and Bahmanis, won't help them. Now, I am saving up a mission for when we go in right there, and that mission is march into the Caucasus, where we basically, by the way we completed it, we gain all of those bonuses and claims on all of those areas that mainly Persia owns. So there's march into the Caucasus. We just got claims on all of this, which is absolutely awesome. So yeah, armies aren't in place, but no big deal. Let's go ahead and declare on Persia. We're still gonna do Holy War, but it's great that we have the claims. And there we go. This is gonna be our final war for episode 2 of this grand campaign. Let me know in the comments how you boys have been enjoying it so far, and if you do want to see me continue this run. That's a wrap on admin as well. Did we unlock some policies, trade efficiency? You know what? I'll take all of these, man. We'll get better ones later, but for now, let's just use them. All right, we're pretty much done with Persia right here. Now, I'm thinking whether I take the claims that I have or I take this border down here so we lock it in. I think I'm going to do a combination. So this is the border that we want right here, boys. The Mashriq is something we're not interested for this campaign, so that's another border unlock. Obviously, we're going for Anatolia as well. It's going to be fun fighting this pretty big Egypt that I can Royal Marry. No, I can't. So how did they Royal Marry Trebizond? I still can't figure it out. Someone let me know in the comments, but there we go. I'm taking that from Persia, and then everything else that I take is going to be, those claims. So let's, connect up our land like this. Then we got some more claims over here. We can do something like this, maybe. I don't want to go over 100%. Okay, maybe we don't do that then. Maybe we just focus on the stuff over here. Yeah, something like... But how expensive are these provinces? Damn. Like that? No. I don't know. There we go. I'll do something like this. Nice. But yeah, regarding, the game state and stuff like that, we have a couple of missions that we can take here. I'm just not taking them yet because we're not getting involved there yet. I'm gonna fight the Commonwealth now, take this right here, then we're gonna take this mission that gives us stuff on Poland. Later I want to annex Finland so we get the Carolingian infantry guys, or whatever. And yeah, pretty soon the age of absolutism is about to spawn. We do have quite a few privileges granted right here, so I do want to continue revoking these. So let's get rid of patronage right here. I think I'm also gonna get rid of commercial advisory board. I'm gonna get rid of nothing we can do right here, but maybe we can get rid of religious diplomats. Yeah, okay, so we still got a lot privileges granted. Our max absolutism is probably like 50 or 60 right now. Oh, dude, I was like, let's declare on the Commonwealth, using the religious CB because we got religious ideas, but they flipped Orthodox. So shout out to them for converting a lot of these provinces right here, but even though there are Orthodox brethren, we're still gonna have to fight them. All right, armies are in position. Let's get into it with them. We're taking stuff primarily that's not in the region of Poland. I'm just gonna declare using whatever, a Commonwealth, sorry, a Hungary claim. Well, let's go for that one right there. There we go. Not actually gonna give anything to Hungary though. All right, I'm actually going to give Nitro over to Hungary right here. There we go. And now let's go ahead and take as much as we can from the Commonwealth while not focusing on stuff in Poland. For this mission, man, past the issues, we need 7 subjects with 100 dev and less than 20% liberty desire. Now, I already have 3 of those, and those 3 are Hungary, Kazakh, and Finland, I think. So we need to make 4 more of our subjects bigger. Now, Chernigov we can't really do, but I guess we can continue to feed Galicia, Volhynia, Kiev, and Smolensk here. Because, yeah, we gotta get that mission done somehow, man. And I don't want to do it that late to where a lot of these guys will be the colonies too. You know, Hungary, sorry, not Hungary, Norwegian Canada, let's see, they have 88 devs, so they are pretty close to being the 4th one, and then 3 more. Yeah, I think we feed Galicia, Volhynia, Kiev, and Smolensk, so let me transfer occupation and see the peace deal. Okay, I've done it like this. I don't know, I wonder if they'll accept that, or might that be too much war score? Oh, they actually will accept that, nice. So, that's all the land I can take. Do we go a little bit further? Let's give 1 more to these guys. 1 more to those guys. Maybe something like this. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's the peace deal. And there we go. We just took a huge chunk out of the Commonwealth as well. I'll get claims on this later on. Now, let's see. 4 subjects, 100 dev, and less than 20 liberty desire. Chernigov is rebellious, and Galicia, Volhynia is a little bit as well, so let's placate them. Let's see if that puts it at 5. Yeah, it is at 5. So, Kiev and Smolensk aren't at 100 dev yet? Oh, Kiev is, and Smolensk, 70 dev. They're still not that big. Okay. And there's global trade, and we have completed another mission here. I think I've pushed into East Siberia. Yeah, because I started colonizing 2 more provinces right here. So, East Siberia gets Siberian fur production. We get an explorer. Interesting, we don't need that. Grand shipyard, some dev stuff. Plus 2 colonists? Colonial range and global settler increase. Allows recruitment of explorers and conquistadors for 100 years. Will this enable us to start colonizing Alaska? You know, Pacifico Norte is here already, and the coastline down here is blocked, but I do still think we have 5 provinces here, which of course is a chance for a colonial nation to establish itself. So there we go. We just took that. There's those extra colonists. Let's go with, I'm actually going to go with native coexistence here so we don't, you know, bother ourselves too much. And let's see. I can see some of these already. Oh, there we go. I can send a guy to Kodiak. And I can, yeah, we can't do Siberian frontiers over here. You got to move your capital to the New World, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to cheese the game like that. There we go. Let's send a guy to Kenai as well. Perfect, man. This is dope. This is dope. You know what, boys? I think we go for the Ottomans next, man. You know, while we're standing around here, right? Because then we can feed Bulgaria, potentially get them up to 100 dev as well, and I'll be taking stuff for myself right here. I mentioned this last episode as well, man. It's kind of sucks that the Ottomans aren't our endgame boss. They really never even became successful this campaign. If you guys have been keeping up with this playthrough, you know, never pushed too hard into here. They allied themselves to Akkuyunlu, who owned all of this, so they couldn't go down here. The best thing that they did was make Crimea a march and expanded a little bit over here, but I nipped that in the bud early, man, and, you know, they just never became successful. There's no one really that powerful in Asia either. Really, like I said just a few minutes ago, Spain is our endgame boss this campaign, because we will have to fight them quite a lot for stuff in North America, so, yeah. And really, when looking at regions specifically, instead of colonial regions, all we need to conquer in North America, man, is Cascadia, California, Hudson Bay, and Canada, right? Yeah. Dev'd up Smolensk, so now we should be at 6 guys right here. Someone is above 20, that's Kiev, so now we should be at 6. Yeah, now we are at 6, and I'll need 90% crown land as well. I need to seize 2 more times for that, which we will get to. It's not a big deal. We can seize land without getting rebels to pop up, so yeah, I guess Bulgaria is gonna be the 7th subject. I wonder if this has like more than 100 dev over here. Let's see, Bulgaria currently at 25 dev, plus 16, plus 9, plus 11, 10. Yeah, these provinces are decent dev, man. I might give them like 2 or 3 extra. All right, folks, truce with the Ottomans is up. I did calculations, and by giving Bulgaria back all of their cores, they will get over 100 and become the 7th subject with at least 100 total development. So let's go ahead and declare on them. We're just gonna do a regular reconquest now. I'm probably also gonna take provinces for myself. Let's declare for that right there. I'm not gonna call on Austria here. No, they'll just do occupations, right? Yeah. What the frick? Egypt just joined on my side. How? Wait, is it a great power thing? It is. So, oh no. So Songhai intervened on the Ottoman side, or no, they're allied? Yeah, they're allied. So there's 2 great powers on the other side? Yes. And Egypt intervened on my side. I mean, it's cool, but they're gonna occupy stuff, which I guess I don't really care about.
right now. All I can say is shout out Egypt. They better go and siege Songhai, because I sure as hell won't go down there. Well, we're done with the Ottomans. Someone just gotta go and siege Songhai, which I guess Egypt is already getting to it. But yeah, let's continue building monuments. That's what I'm doing right now. And this is actually a great monument for absolutism, man. You know, with Trebizond being here for the 3rd episode in a row, I feel like, you know, when the AI expands and leaves someone tiny in the middle of them, like Garha, or, well, you know, someone allyless and weak. You know what I mean. I'm the AI right now. I haven't taken them out. All right, shout out Egypt for sieging down Songhai so quickly. But what we're going to do here is obviously give all of these provinces back to Bulgaria. That's going to put them at 106 development. Then I'm also going to give these 3 provinces right here to Hungary. And then what I'm gonna do is, well, let's just take that fort right there. Okay, it doesn't seem like that much, but you know, it's high enough provinces, I guess. So there we go. There's another war with the Ottomans done, and now we should have our 7th subject at, well, I guess some of them are rebellious, but let's go ahead and see that. So Galicia, Volhynia, placate, Kiev, pay off debt, and now, yes, okay, cool. So we just need to seize 2 more times, and we'll be set to take that mission. But yeah, in the meantime, man, there we go. We did 2 wars over in Europe. I guess now we can pivot somewhere else. Chagatai is annoying. I'm kind of avoiding fighting them, but it's only them in Mongolia. Should we go for like Mongolia, Uzbek? Shibe is an option. I'm gonna start boarding the Siberian guys pretty soon. Oh yeah, look, I forgot about this. I forgot about little colonies right there. You'll love to see it, man. I just hope I can get 5 provinces quick enough. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Chagatai. Yeah, makes sense. Aquilo, maybe?
Stop! If you're enjoying episode 3 of this Russia Grand Campaign, and if you're having fun watching, just like I'm having fun playing, why not hit that subscribe button if you haven't already? It'll help you stay up to date with when I drop the next episode in this Grand Campaign, or any other Grand Campaign, and other videos too, like A to Z and releasables. So if you haven't done it, do it. Or else.
Alright, at this point, since we're waiting for our truce with the Commonwealth to expire, I am gonna go ahead and take this mission, man. There we go. We gain a claim on the region of Poland. Not permanent, of course, only until 29, which is perfect. Our truce with them expires in 15. Dope. So now we can do something with Kiev right here. We can focus on its religious importance. Gain a basilica, those bonuses. Stock exchange, well, for ramparts, actually, very nice, and defensiveness, but it doesn't make sense in farmlands. Or we can expand Kiev's academy. Dev discount, institution spread, and like equal dev. You know, what's it looking like right now? Yeah, that's not bad. Let's do religious. Why not? Let's do religious. Of course, after we end up taking that bottom mission that I've been yapping on for so long, then we'll really start annexing the subjects. I'll integrate Finland and these guys right here. The reason I'm doing Finland is obviously because I want the Karelian infantry guys, right? We don't just want Streltsy, which I do need to build up way more of. Oh, actually, not that many more of. But yeah, in other news, man, this is what the religion map mode is looking like. So we're spreading Orthodox quite nicely. And actually, I've been doing culture conversion when we're overflowing on Diplo points on the cheapest provinces. And actually, a lot of provinces are super cheap. And we've already converted quite a lot to Muscovite. And I've just started Siberian frontiering, the final 2 provinces we can do over here. There we go. We filled out the map, man. We just got to fight these guys later on. But armies are now in position to fight Chagatai, so let's go ahead and do it. I'm not even going to do Reconquest, just a regular holy war, because I want to take provinces for myself as well. So yeah, there's our deck on Chagatai. We'll focus on sort of bordering them off right here, because we're not interested in what they own in Tibet. So yeah, just gonna peace out Mongolia. Okay, so we're in this war, man. Peace out Mongolia. We're doing pretty well. I'm pretty close to piecing out. This is gonna be the peace deal right here. However, rise of the burgher class. The cities are growing. Rise of the burghers will be granted to the burghers, which has the following effect. We lose 5 mercantilism. They can't have land seized, and they don't lose crownland share from developing provinces. And 0% crownland ownership, which they already have, gives them nothing. So there we go. I guess there's a privilege granted to the burghers we can't revoke. Just like we can't revoke this one, I don't think. We should be able to do that, revoke privileges no matter what, after we do this one in the way that we're doing it. If you can see right there, absolute rule and stuff like that. So we'll see if that changes anything. These are And a -10 max absolutism, -5 max absolutism. Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever be able to revoke those. We'll see. And there we go, Chagatai will accept. So I'm giving the Kazakh cores back to Kazakh, and then I'm sort of surrounding them along the border of Central Asia right here, and their whatever they own in Mongolia. So there we go. There's a piece out with Chagatai. Perfect. So now, you know, this little area that they own is locked in. Even if someone else from down here fights them, they won't be able to take this, so we'll finish that off later. So yeah, we still got Uzbek, we got Mongolia, who I white-pieced. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. Really not that bad. Truce with Persia is up. I could fight Persia. Akkuyunlu also has like 5 provinces we need. I could fight Akkuyunlu. Yeah, lots of different options right here. Truce with the Commonwealth expires in 1615. We should be able to pop another war before that, though, huh? Oh, by the way, the Age of Absolutism, I thought it ended. Okay, 8 months, 8 months. Hey, has Norwegian Canada expanded up to... Can I rename these guys now? I didn't used to be able to do it. Let's try it. Let's, what do we want to call it? Canada, right? Hey, nice. Now I can rename them. Okay, maybe let's pick a better name. I looked up what's Canada called in Russia, but obviously it's just Canada, but with a K. So let's call it like that. Canada. Just like that, you know, not too creative. Canadian. Nice, nice. And there is the age of absolutism, ladies and gentlemen. The age of blobbing. We really don't need absolutism for anyone we're fighting. No one's really that big to where we need to fight them 58 times. Sure, it's gonna save us a little bit of time with Persia, but I'm still never gonna go over 100% overextension. But current max absolutism man is 69. Nice, not that bad actually. Do we gain it already? Yes, we already do gain 0.75 each year, which is actually great. By lowering autonomy, harsh treatmenting, which we can do, we'll get it up early. And do we have any of these completed? Yeah, just the potential for a large army. So let's put down universities. I don't have cultures promoter, really? Yeah, I should have stayed in the war, obviously. Yeah, let's put down universities. Frick my life. So the requirements changed for this. Now it's not the subject thing anymore. Now it's 90 absolutism. What the frick did I dev and grow my subjects then for? Oh, fine. At least now I can annex them. Let's do Smolensk. I've started annexing Chernigov too. Isn't it interesting how pretty much every province's name shrinks until it fits? Like, look at this long one here, for example. Frankfurt is so tiny, but this is the only province, Rostov-on-Don, which of course Azov gets renamed to that doesn't shrink to fit inside the borders. Do you guys know of any other provinces like that? Ah, yes. Also, we've weathered the troubles. We'll gain a stab discount and all states loyalty for 25 years. What a great mission that we waited 150 years for. But yeah, speaking of missions, man, we've already completed pretty much this entire branch. Yeah, definitely that unlocks when you form Russia. You know, only this one is present when you have Muscovy. We have the Russian Empire missions down here, which focus on modernization. I'm gonna be doing them soon. You know, I'm already working on some of them. And then it's just some conquest ones up here up top. For this one, we need a center of trade in Samarkand to expand down here. These are the colonization ones. This one is Manchuria. This one is for the Balkans right here, and this one is for Scandinavia. So yeah, we're pretty close to wrapping up this missions. Do we get new missions if we go revolutionary though? I kind of didn't want to go revolutionary. I kind of wanted to do like an absolute monarchy playthrough. All right, boys, our truce with the Commonwealth is going to be up pretty soon, so I want to fight them. So I'll just do a quick little war versus Transoxiana right here. We need their center of trade for a certain mission, and we're going to take everything that they have over here. It's not going to be a full annex, so we don't really care about separate piecing all of their allies. Fars is weak. Persia is right there. We can piece them out, and Bengal is super weak too. So there we go. Holy War on Transoxiana. And there we go. Transoxiana is willing to accept giving me this, and I am gonna take it. Perfect, man. So now we should be able to take the mission, consolidate the steppes, which gives us some bonuses in certain provinces with center of trade. Very nice. And now to finish off this branch, we need to own another center of trade in Persia. Did we just conquer one? I guess we just did conquer one. Nice. Okay, so that'll happen when we fight Persia. That's pretty much the last Persian branch right there. Obviously we do need to own all of Persia and Khorasan, so we'll be getting into it with Persia, Fars, Hormuz, and Delhi. Yeah, nice formidable ally. Finally someone that is gonna put up at least a little bit of a challenge, slightly more than the Ottomans did, which is nothing. All right, truce with the Commonwealth is up. Let's go ahead and fight them. You see how much everyone loves me, man. I've been kicking these guys' ass for the past almost 200 years, but they'd still marry me. Yeah, let's go ahead and declare on them. We are doing... Right, we can't do holy war. All right, thank frick I got regular claims. Let's just declare for like that right there. There we go. Also time for a tier 9 gov reform. We're gonna go with the 6 books of the Republic for -5 years of separatism. You know, in the meantime, these guys exist up here. I just put down this tiny little free company. Let's go ahead and wipe these 2 guys out. All right, we're done with Chavchuveni. While we're here, we might as well fight the other guys, right? And we're done with the Commonwealth too. I'm actually out of manpower, man. I gotta stop. I gotta stop wasting it. I gotta actually, you know, do focused sieges and battles and stuff like that. But yeah, we're done with the Commonwealth. What I think I'm gonna do right now is like this right here, so we can surround them, so no one else can fight them. This is quite a lot of AE, but I don't think people are really gonna care because they're Orthodox. And then I probably wanna, I was gonna say take all of this, but I don't know, any centers of trade? Yeah, let's just get like Vilna or something. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. Well, actually, no, we don't have claims on that. Might as well take stuff we got claims on. So let's do this. Sure. Okay, but now that we're done with that, I also gotta wrap these guys up. We'll chill, gather up some manpower. You know, we got that button that we click every few years that gives us like 30-something K manpower at this point, which is cool. So yeah, let's finish annexing. Who am I annexing? Chernigov and Smolensk, and then I'll probably get back to some of these guys. In fact, it might be time to start pushing into the Jurchen guys. You know, Korea is like probably gonna be 6,000 dev. We need to conquer them. Yue here, who is the emperor? No, Wu is the emperor, but Yue, I guess we gotta fight. They're pretty large. They have provinces in Mongolia that we want. So yeah, I guess I'll get back here. Hey, I can revoke Rise of the Burghers, man. I can't revoke this one though. It just gives me trade efficiency. Nah, get out of here. Okay, but after doing this to Poland, man, we can take the mission Partition Poland, which gives us Czech, Sorbian, Silesian, Polish, and Slovak as accepted cultures. We gain hegemony over the West Slavs until any culture from the West Slavic culture group gets demoted, giving the following, max promoted cultures +5, -10% CCR for 20 years, and a permaclaim on Carpathia, which I do already have, so that's why we're taking this mission immediately. Then we can also take Annex Carpathia, which gives us Hungarian, Romanian, and Transylvanian as an accepted culture. Same thing with the West Slavs max promoted cultures. Manpower and True Faith, very good actually, and a permaclaim on every South Slavic province in the Balkan region, which is really, that we don't own, I guess, which is really, wait, Spalato didn't, I swear I gave this to Hungary. Yeah, I guess it would give us some claims. I'm gonna take it preemptively here. That's more manpower, perfect. And then we can also take Protected the South Slavs, which will form the Slavic culture group. And I think that brings in the South Slavs and the West Slavs into one giant group. So since we're an empire, everything gets auto-accepted, right? And there's a, yeah, it did change. It's yellow now, Slavic, very cool. And all of this is auto-accepted. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, there should be more countries should have this mechanic, man. And then we can take Third Rome, which I will do. Now, very important decision. We can either make Constantinople or Tsargrad our capital. We gain some dev right there. It'll change to Muscovite. It'll get renamed. We get Third Rome in the province, which is some awesome bonuses. Or we make St. Petersburg even more glorious. Now, you know, I think, man, it makes more sense to keep St. Petersburg as our capital, right? I don't know. Both of these would be very cool. I'm more leaning towards this one, because then if I move my capital here, I'm still gonna want to move my main trade node back to Novgorod, and I don't got the diplo points for it right now since we're annexing these guys, so a trade is gonna tank for a while. And listen, you know, as nice as these modifiers are, St. Petersburg shall be made even more glorious. That's the Third Rome, man. Rome is the first Rome, Constantinople or Tsargrad is the second Rome, this is the Third Rome. Oh, okay, let's take that. And I was just about to like full state this, which, you know, we got from Chernigov, which we annexed. But another important event, ascension of the Russian middle class. The empire will survive this. Nobles rise up, boyars lose a bunch of loyalty, and peasant liberation gets revoked. Interesting, which would remove -20% national manpower, but then they do get the new middle class, the burghers gets it, which, you know, we did revoke that other one from the burghers, man. I guess maybe this only showed up because we revoked the other one, huh? Which gives us even more manpower. War taxes cause burgher privilege, but makes tech and ideas more expensive. You know what? Let's enforce serfdom again on the new members of the burghers, man. Come on, we already westernized, baby. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Okay, so we've granted that to whomst, to the boyars. Total serfdom. Break it. The only reason I did this is because we're past modernization, right? Tech and ideas being more expensive, sure, is going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I like manpower. And speaking of manpower, man, let's go ahead and pick up admin 18 right here. Well, it'll be time for our first mill idea group. And is there any doubt with which one we're going to go with? Of course not, boys. Full quantity, baby. Full quantity. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Max manpower 365k right now. And boys, I haven't even built a single soldier's household. We do got the manufacturing mission down now as well. State manufactories, up to 10 random provinces. We'll have 20 dev, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know what I did. I guess I built manufactories, which is very nice. Cool. And I really haven't been paying attention to what's been going on here. The funniest part is France not doing anything for 200 years, but Brittany, who's allied themselves to France and is just chilling the entire campaign. Look at this big-ass colony that they have. Floride. It's theirs. And they have stuff down here. Or do they? I guess they do. Done with the Kamcha dolls as well. Cool. So I was able to do a lot of lowering autonomy when I just took these provinces from the subjects in Poland. In the meantime, I've been strengthening government, harsh treatmenting and stuff like that. And I actually have reached 90 absolutism. I just revoked what you call it, strong duchies from the boyars. We don't really need it anymore. So now we're officially able to get 100 absolutism. We go back to this mission down here where we had more than this. I guess we need to get back to 90% Kremlin and stab up. Either way, our absolutism was really strong, man. We'll get it up to like 100 in no time. Yeah. Now, how did Mongolia get 57 allies? Who do we fight to avoid fighting all of their allies? Uzbek. They won't even help them. I mean, frick it. Such a good money-making monument, man. The Krakow Cloth Hall, it's like 20% goods produced and tier 3 and 2 additional merchants. I just bumped it up to tier 1. I'm gonna use all my money now to get this up to tier 3 as fast as possible. That's it for Uzbek. Annexing Kiev and Galicia Volhynia now. Okay, armies are pretty much into position. Let's get into these Manchurian guys. I'm gonna declare on Shibe right here. Mongolia won't even help out. Okay, that's dope. Okay, done with Shibe, and that is gonna be a full annex. Very nice, man. Okay, so let's analyze the situation here. Korchin allied to Jeonju and a tributary of Yue. And actually, Yue is doing really well, man. They're not the emperor, but they're doing a really good job of unifying China. So shout out them, even though I'm gonna kick their ass soon. And a tributary and allied to Jeonju. These guys, Mongolia, Korchin, and Haishi is their tributary. Orochoni is a tributary of Japan and allied to Korea and Haishi. Yeah, it's everyone with everyone over here in this scenario. So maybe... Oh, actually, a truce with Chagatai is up. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fight Chagatai, take this from them. That's the only thing we need. After that, we can go back to Persia, Ottomans, Commonwealth, Sweden. So yeah, I'll go Chagatai and then this way, and then we'll loop back around and get back to these guys. I think that's sort of turning out to be the theme for this episode, boys. Just... you know, finishing off Europe, man. I think in this episode, we might get to conquer everything we want to conquer over here. Wait, do we gotta fight Egypt for something? No. Oh, well, actually, yes. Yeah, for 3 provinces in Anatolia. Actually, they're really strong. Very nice. It'll be good warm-up for Spain. So yeah, we might get almost everything we need over in Europe and Asia. And then final episode is just gonna be weird-ass wars in North America. In North America and in Europe. Versus Spain. We're definitely gonna have to landing troops here, but yeah, colony in Alaska is almost done. We just need this one to finish, and after that we'll have 5, so it'll form. Obviously nowhere near as powerful as Pacifico Norte over here, but we'll get there. And then I've started poking into California here. There may be a chance to establish a colonial nation here, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Canada is doing all right. They're expanding down here where I don't want them to expand, but it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do? Look, these are so cheap to core. Oh my god. There's a really OP mission that we did, I think, last time, where anytime you do summon the diet and the agenda auto completes. So you can just pick whatever you like and it's automatically done. Really good. Alrighty, I'm right here. Let's fight Chagatai. Once again, Holy War, no one will help them. Easy, man. All I want from Chagatai is this. Excellent. Alright, now that we're done with Chagatai, I think we go for the Ottomans. Yeah. Alaska has been formed! I'm in this war still. I just got a new Empress and Prince and Emperor Consort. We still got the Ruriks, but They're not Catholic? They're Catholic. Why are they Catholic, man? Yeah, they're worth it. No way. So, I just pieced out Persia, made them break their alliance with Bahmanis, no big deal. UA just full annexed Wu, but didn't take the mandate, so they destroyed the mandate of heaven. There it is, the Empire of China no longer exists. Damn, man, I haven't seen the AI do that. I don't know when, maybe ever, bro. So now there's no more Emperor of China. There's no mandate. Imagine you're going for that one achievement where you need to be all the things and the AI does that. Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. Shout out UA, I guess, for doing that. Excellent, man. All the allies are out. What's happening here? Let me just see the Spanish Breton colonial war. Very cool. Let's take everything that the Ottomans have in the Balkans. I know this is technically Anatolia, but we'll take it anyway. I can't believe Austria got this, man. That's all I gotta say. I can't believe they're in Anatolia as well. Then what I'm gonna do is this, I think. Wait, why don't they want to give me stuff? Oh, I need to occupy roads. Frick roads then. Let's just surround the Ottomans as much as we can. Something like this, maybe? Nah, that's over 100, man. Let's just do this, huh? Perfect. Okay, that's the war with the Ottomans done. Now, regarding the things Austria has done over here, they're gonna be one of the last nations that we fight. Like, as you can see, boys, I'm focusing on everything else. Like, Egypt, man, these few Egyptian provinces that we need in Anatolia. Genoa, we need to fight. Venice for a province. Austria for all of this. We're gonna do that, like, way later. Might even be after we fight Spain for all the New World stuff, right? So there we go. We did the Ottomans. Trebizond still. No one's gotten to them. We did the Ottomans. Commonwealth. We got a truce with the Commonwealth for 2 more years. I might chill till then, honestly. I've kind of been, you know, forgetting about Sweden, mostly pummeling the Commonwealth, and they're in every war. I never made them break the alliance. So, yeah, let's chill. Either do the Commonwealth or Sweden, and then maybe Persia would be a good option. Yes, to sort of block them off as well. Yeah, Hormuz. Akuyunlu? They're allied to Hormuz, so we could take this from Hormuz in that Akuyunlu war, potentially. And I know what some of you are thinking, oh, you should conquer the entire Slavic culture group, even though it's not in the regions you want, like, you know, Sorbian, Czech, Slovene. We're never gonna get that because it's not in the regions we're going for, and I think that might be a bit much, boys. Let's leave it as a pretext for future wars. We'll just say Bohemia and Austria are oppressing them. We'll go liberate them. You know how it is. During that war, of course, Kiev and Galicia, Volhynia were integrated. We're actually... I need to build more GovCap buildings. Who do we integrate next? There's always a chance of annexing Finland and Hungary, so let's leave them for last. Bulgaria, Kazakh. Let's do Kazakh. They're kind of annoying here. All right, so I was just waiting on Austria to finish a war with Koln because I was helping them out. Let's go ahead and, you know, continue fighting the Commonwealth, man. We don't got claims on them anymore, or... Actually, let's do Sweden. Let's do Sweden, yeah. It's funny how the later we get, the more I play in real lifetime, but the less I play in-game. I've only played about 40 years right now, but I've been doing it all day, whereas, you know, the amount of time it took me for the early game, I could have done 100 years by now. It's just, it gets slower and there's less footage and stuff like that. It's interesting. But yeah, enough yapping about technical things when recording EU4 videos. Let's move on to kicking Sweden's ass. They're Protestant. You know what, man? I'm tired of this mission hovering around. We're not gonna use Karelians. There we go. What did that give me? Nothing. The ability to complete Finnish missions, which I don't really care about. Ooh, now to gain 25 permanent power projection, we just need to influence 200 dev countries. Really shouldn't be that difficult. And there we go. They're prepared to fold. I'm gonna take everything that I can from them. This doesn't even put me over 100%, which is awesome. Excellent, man. One more war versus Sweden, and we might have all of Scandinavia, except for the stuff that Denmark owns. Now, when fighting Denmark, man, it's gonna be pretty interesting because they have Vinland, New Denmark, and Danish Louisiana over in the New World. Now, Vinland is obviously present mostly in the, in the colonial Canada region. So when we fight Denmark, we can make them, like, concede Canada colonial region and stuff like that, right? Oh my god, the border war here is just so insane, dude. I can't. And look, Denmark is actually beating Brittany's ass and about to take Floride from them. So, yeah, interesting. Meanwhile, my California colony... yeah, it doesn't look too good, man. I'm gonna have 3. If I do end up colonizing this, 4. And then I guess I could fight Yakuts for the 5th one, which would make it faster than colonizing. But let's see how things turn out here. Either way, done with Sweden. I guess we forget about these guys for now. Or do I go for Denmark now? We're gonna get to Denmark later. Yeah, let's frick off from here. Bahmanis. Oh, Bahmani is right. Now they're Defender of the Faith. Interesting. So, yeah, Kuyunlu maybe. Delhi's Defender of Sunni, I guess. Trebizond. Or just get to these guys. What do we start this game with? Like 2,800 dev? We're at 4,700. Let me look at that first clip. Yeah, 2,935. We've grown by almost 2,000 dev in just like 40 years. What did we really do that much? I don't think we really did that much. Oh, Jeonju doesn't have any allies. By the way, does anyone know of a mod that makes your colonies never, in no way, expand outside of their colonial region? Like, no wars, no colonization, no nothing. Because if there's a mod like that, boys, I'm really gonna have to start playing with it, man. I hate this Borgor stuff that they do. How did they even get this? Like, how did that happen? Okay, I just influenced Vij, Ayutthaya, and Japan, and now I got an email, but also I can take this mission right here for 25 per minute power projection. Okay, this entire branch right there is done for. So this one is Manchuria related. These are the 3 colonization ones, and then for this one, we need one more center of trade in Persia. Oh my god, let's fight Persia. I gotta fight Persia after this. And that's an easy peasy lemon squeezy full annex on Jeonju. Did I get a tributary from that? Yes, I did. It's Haishi. Let's go ahead and cancel tributary. Oh, UA isn't willing to defend Mongolia. Who is their other tributary here? Mongolia, Tonkin. Hey, shout out Tonkin. I just played them in releasables. Go watch that video. It kind of flopped. Please. And Korchin. Will they also not defend Korchin? No, they will defend Korchin, but they won't defend Mongolia. I don't got diplomats, frick. Okay, now I got diplomats. Yes, they still won't defend them. Perfect. There's our deck on Mongolia. We gotta almost full annex them. We don't need Baoding right here. Well, the Ottomans blew up. Haishi will accept being eaten. Hey, just annexed Kazakh. Yay. You might be noticing that I'm only stating stuff by subcontinent. Currently, we're doing only Eastern and Western Europe. And by the way, I haven't been trade companying anything down here. You guys know I don't like playing with the new trade companies, man. And by new, I mean being able to trade company everywhere. So I'm just keeping this as territories. As we unlock more GovCap, I'll keep stating further, you know, this way. All right, we've cored everything from Korchin, and Mongolia is willing to accept this. It's not even that bad, so there's a peace out on them as well. Nice, man. We're looking very, very blobby right now. 5,100 dev, just like that. I don't even know what we were at, but okay, we're still here. UA is willing to defend Korchin. What about Orochoni, though? This one might be kind of annoying because even though we don't need to full annex these guys, they'll still have provinces left here. Actually, shoot, my armies are already here, man. Yeah, just go for this. Siege Korea, make them break the alliance with UA. Something like that. I actually like that. Okay, let's start coring that. Let's delete these, leftover, what you call it, Kazakh, troops. I don't even know what they're doing. And let's line these boys up. I guess we're hard focusing on this. That's a wrap on quantity. Let's see what kind of policies we got. Ah, the goods produced. I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's take the morale 2, and let's take the force limit and diplo wrap. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that one. Okay, let's do Orochoni. We're not planning to full annex them anyway, so it really shouldn't be that bad. Wow, just what I needed. The Franco-Ottoman alliance. Finally, dude. Korea was annoying enough to peace out, but then these guys don't want to peace out. So that's all I need from Orochoni. Okay, excellent. Right now, I'm just helping out Austria with some Hesse stuff, helping. Now, I think we go in versus Korchin, boys, with UA willing to join, because I can peace out UA for the remaining Mongolian provinces, which there aren't that many of, man. It's only like, what's that? 4 and then 4 more right there, or 3 more? Yeah, 8 provinces I need from them. And then by taking everything from Korchin up to here as well, we can go ahead and establish sort of a fort border between these guys right here. So we'll be defensively protected from this side. No more playing with these guys until, of course, we gotta fight Korea later on. And we will need to do probably like, yeah, 2 or 3 wars versus them, depending on overextension and stuff like that. So after we deal with Korchin and UA now, that is where we're gonna full focus on Persia, Hormuz, Delhi even, Karakoyunlu, the Ottomans, Trebizond, Egypt, Commonwealth, Sweden, and Denmark. Really not that many more nations left to fight. But Now that we've done that, man, we can take the mission Amur Acquisition right here. Capital of Vladivostok gets renamed to Vladivostok. That should be... Is that here or there? I don't know where it is, but yeah, we gain all of those bonuses right there. Right there. There's Vladivostok. I never knew it bordered North Korea. I always thought it was like there. I guess that's different. That's the volcanoes. This is Manchuria. But yeah, okay, there we go. We can do that as well. We can go ahead and put these provinces up. Is 2 stacks gonna be enough to fight UA? Yeah, honestly, Korea had about 70k troops. It should be enough. Okay, let's do that then. There's Korchin, Holy War. UA is in. I gotta say, UA was decently strong for one battle because they had a Miltech over me, but then I absolutely destroyed them. So there we go. There's the peace deal with UA right there, man. Oh my god, I can't find it. Yeah, there it is. That's all I need from them. And just like that, they no longer own any provinces we need. Excellent. At this point, we're pretty much also done with Korchin, which means we can take this from them, which is everything we want. And there we go. A day tick by, and we can piece them out. Nice. Okay. We're pretty much done with East Asia, man. Yeah. I gotta say, I'm very satisfied with that. Let's go ahead and core up all of those provinces. As soon as they're done coring, we'll build up like the defensive wall, starting from Vladivostok all the way to right here, I guess, to Yashikul, and then it's Persia time, or Trebizond, Ottomans, Akuyunlu, doesn't matter. I think I'm actually gonna annex Bulgaria now. Oh, Pacifico Norte declared on Alaska. How strong are they? They're not very strong, are they? Thing is, I can't, well... Nah, I can't see. I kind of wanted to put merc companies in my colonies, but I guess I can't do that. Or wait, some guys I can. Or down here, right? Yeah. Where's like the grand and independent companies though? Right, I don't have money for them, but if I do that, let's say we put up the independent guys down here and then the grand guys down here. Can I enforce peace on Pacifico Norte? Yes, I can. Oh, they accepted. I wanted to fight them. that didn't really work out. Okay. In the meantime, though, while we're doing all of this, Austria is going pretty wild inside the HRE, man. They're eating up everyone. I didn't think I'd see it, but Spain is gonna annex England. Okay, the fortification of these provinces has started, so I've built up forts, or, well, they're constructing from here all the way to right there. Then the next one should be right here, which means we gotta get into it with some of these guys right here, man. Persia, Bahmanis, Ottomans, they're not allied to France. Persia and Songhai. Akkuyunlu, allied to Hormuz. Delhi's Defender of the Faith. Actually, this is not a bad idea, but I'd rather do Persia first, so we border Delhi and we take all the necessary provinces from them in that Defender of the Faith war, which there actually is quite a lot. Wow. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. It's gotta be Persia. Well, there's finally 90% crown land ownership. The mission I've been trying to do the entire campaign, man. Absolute rule until the end of the game. 20 absolutism. I already have it. I already have the max absolutism, I think. Yeah, I do. You know, Egypt is currently fighting Persia and the Ottomans, so I'm waiting to see how that resolves. In the meantime, I guess we can go for the Commonwealth. So, slight change of plans. Just pieced out Sweden. Still working on the Commonwealth. Tier 10 gov reform time. So we got the gov cap. We got CCR and minimum autonomy in territories, which could be decent because we do have a lot of territories, +1 possible policies, which we actually, it will be really useful later on. And then we got Tonis of the True Faith, War Score Cost. I'm leaning between these two, but I'm actually going to go with Kingdom for the People. So that's +1 possible policies. Now we got 4 instead of 3, which is dope. I'm actually going to bring these back in then. Hey, I spawned manufactories in. Of course, everyone knows about the great city of Chernigov. Well, actually, it's decent, 23 dev. This does change everything. The Commonwealth isn't full annexable here, even with my 45% admin efficiency. So I'm going to just take this and then take this later. There we go. Okay, so one more war versus the Commonwealth. Nice, I like that though. We pretty much got the entirety of the region of Poland except for these 3 Silesian provinces, which we're gonna get eventually. Right. In the meantime, though, this whole Egypt shenanigans ended. They actually took provinces over here. That's so funny, dude. Still the same Ottoman alliances. Yeah, nothing's changed here, man. Maybe Akkuyunlu. Yeah, and then we can do Hormuz too. Yeah, they do have quite a lot of provinces. I don't think we can take all of this without co-belligerenting them. So if I do co-belligerent them, Somalia and Delhi, which I don't want to fight Delhi yet because of this. It's so convoluted, and Trebizond still exists. I'm gonna spy on them. Meanwhile, the defensive line over here is up. Level 6 forts all the way, baby. Spain did integrate England. Spanish Britain. Yeah, they're still nowhere near me, man, but pretty funny. Okay, so I just built up to 50 Streltsy. I guess we don't have that many. We can take that mission, and now we finally are able to do the mission, westernize the military. We just need to win 40 battles, which it'll happen sooner or later, and we need 90 professionalism. So let's get the drilling. Oh, and I've annexed Bulgaria. I just noticed that. Okay, I'm gonna fight Trebizond and make the Ottomans break their alliance with Persia, so we can just fight Persia and Bahmanis. All right, well, that took about 12 seconds. Declare on Persia, holy war. I'm sort of planning to surround them here if I can. There we go. Bahmanis is in this. They are gonna be pretty annoying. They're not bigger than UA was when I fought them. UA upsized to like 100 and something thousand, so it really shouldn't be that bad, except they got 1,000,000 forts and they're all upgraded. Yeah, just as I thought. Really, are the only AIs that don't upgrade forts Russia and the Ottomans, man? Look, Ottomans, actually, that's why it was so quick. They only had like one fort and the capital right here. Yeah, but when I see the AI Russia and the Ottomans never upgrade theirs, even Persia does. Let's see, what about the Indian guys? Yeah, they do it as well, on some at least. Yeah, interesting. Okay, these are gonna be long-ass sieges, so let's get started, man. Done with Trebizond. And there we go, Persia is willing to accept this, even though Bahmanis isn't out because, you know, we got lots of war score from battles. This is what I'm taking. I am taking 2 centers of trade as well and connecting myself down here, you know, bordering them off from the Indian guys, and with this we'll be able to complete another mission. Obviously not going over 100 overextension, and there we go. That's another war versus Persia done, man. Yeah, they've sort of come out of nowhere, you know, they've been here this entire campaign. We will need a couple of more wars to take them down, but now Canada is rebellious. Why would Canada be rebellious? There we go. We placated those guys. Now we can do another mission, which is beyond the Caspian Sea. We just gain a skill 3 trader, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's whatever. Okay, so I think that's pretty much the entire top part of this mission tree done, except for these 3 colonization ones. Everything over here is done as well, which is awesome. And of course, down here, these ones are the most annoying. But yeah, let's score these provinces up, man. With this, we can, I don't know, I guess harsh treatment a little bit or something, or oh, maybe not. Maybe I can just take tech right here, which honestly, I will do. There we go. Perfect. So now, let's see. How mad are people? We're done with these guys. I keep forgetting. Korea. Yeah, we do need to get into it with Korea while UA isn't willing to join, honestly. Yeah, because Korea's so dev'd. You guys know it's always so dev'd. Like, look at this, man. Almost 40 dev provinces right here. Literally everything that they have. This is probably their lowest dev province. I'm gonna deck on them immediately, man, while we're here. And I need to bum rush them so UA doesn't join. It's gonna be way easier, obviously, if we don't need to siege down these guys. So, yeah, Korea's next. And that's a full siege on Korea. Let's see the damage right here. We don't really care about AE in this department, I guess. Okay, that's not that bad. We can actually take a lot more than I thought we could. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Maybe I do this to take one more fort instead. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, still under 100. And there we go. There's a peace out with Korea. There actually is a chance we could full annex them in our next war with them. But for now, we're done with this region. So my truce with the Ottomans just expired. Oh! Egypt formed Arabia. Isn't it a downgrade, though? Well, not really, actually. Recently, not really. But yeah, okay, shout out to the Mamluks, man. They've been having a great game. So we do need to fight these guys. I'm kind of saving them for later. You know, I like saving big guys for later. They're definitely going to be annoying to fight. They're allied to this tiny Jaunpur here. Pretty big Somalia. Split Morocco. Yeah, very interesting. So Ottomans, they're allied to France now, but France wouldn't join. I mean, I guess we finished them off, right? And they have deleted their fort in Rhodes, which is dope. Yeah, after that we get the Commonwealth too. Still a truce with them. Still a truce with this tiny Sweden. I'm not actually annexing anyone. I think it's time we integrate Finland right here. By the way, Spain's colonies should be rebellious, man. Yeah, New Spain is. They've been asking me to support their independence for quite a while, but I'm really not interested. There we go. We started integrating Finland. Let's go ahead and hit the Ottomans, man. It's just war after war this campaign. We just keep rolling. Akkuyung also needs to be annexed. They're allied to Hormuz, which I don't border, so I really can't do anything with them, huh? Okay, nevertheless, we're going for the Ottomans. There we go. Pretty much done with the Ottomans. Let's see what we can do with them. Let's try and not make anyone else border them. That's 103, so we'll just do this. There we go. Okay, one more war with the Ottomans, and they're done. I really should have taken Rhodes. I'm a dumbass, but it is what it is. Okay, so now I'm over 100, but these things that I took from Korea will finish getting core, which is nice. Yeah, what do we do now? Yeah, maybe I chill for about a year and think about my plans, but it's really gonna be the Commonwealth and Sweden, man. In fact, it's probably gonna be the Commonwealth and Sweden. Yeah, once my truce with the Commonwealth is up, it's time to wrap these guys up, and we really should look into fighting Denmark right here. The reason I haven't really focused on these guys is because we'll need a pretty significant navy. Now, I do have some galleys down here. I guess we should... yeah, build more galleys and heavies. You know, we do need to work on the navy for this mission as well, so we need 50 naval tradition. That's gonna be, well, maybe not. Let's see, where's naval tradition? We still lose it even though we're protecting trade. Okay, so yeah, we need 50 naval tradition, 80% of the force limit, and 2 admirals. Force limit isn't that big. Okay, let's just build up a bunch of galleys, man. I'll put down like 100, not 106 galleys, but we'll put down, there we go, something like that maybe. Japan is invading Korea now. If they do end up taking stuff over here, it is going to be kind of annoying to get war score on them since I don't have a navy here, but it's still doable. I guess if Japan does take all of this, we'll need like 2 wars to take them down, I think, because of war score. Now, looking at Delhi right here, based on all of the relations that they have, there isn't anyone else we could declare on. It's got to be on Delhi directly. Arabia's defender of the Sunni faith, but they won't help them. Bahmanis really wasn't a problem in the Persia wars. Yeah, and we really don't need to take that much from them. I'll get to them when I get to them, but for now I'm prepping to, well, actually I'm already prepped. Let's go ahead and declare on the Commonwealth, ladies and gentlemen. Co-belligerent Sweden right here, or no. Declare on Sweden with this, co-belligerent the Commonwealth. And this is going to be a full annex on Sweden and on the Commonwealth. Exciting. And the Commonwealth is already willing to fold, so finally, that's a full annex on them. Nice, man. Feels good. I like these borders. I do like them quite a lot. Okay, let's core that up. We can take these things. I'm clicking them all the time. Let's just piece out some of these other guys right here so we can full annex Sweden. You know, Austria is just going wild in the HRE. They keep calling me into every single war. Whenever you see me fighting someone German, just know I haven't declared. That's why I'm not even mentioning it. You know, it's just Austria. I am getting kind of tired of helping them, but they've been a pretty good ally. Why do I guarantee them? Probably for a mission. They're a decent ally, man. We will have to fight them eventually, but I think I use them versus Spain and then break off the alliance. So I'm gonna be helping out in these minor wars for quite a while. And there we go. Sweden's willing to fold as well, and that's like the main part of Scandinavia, ours. We just need a couple of more provinces here from Denmark, which is of course why we're building up the navy. Japan only took Jeju? That's so annoying. Maybe they'd accept a threatened war on this one, but I can't even spy on it right now. I guess we'll deal with it when we deal with it. We make so much manpower now, 9k a month, that I'm immune to attrition. That's why all of these guys are dying, and I just took this, man. We gain like so much from it. I'm already over what we can actually make. Hey, Peter the Great! Nice, man. The Russian throne belongs to Peter. I forgot about this guy. I know we got some pretty good scripted rulers, but Ivan the 7th, he's gonna have to frick off because the Russian throne belongs to Peter. Oh, he's the heir. Okay, well, Ivan the 8th fricked off. You know, we already did a lot of the great things, so he's coming in a little late, but yeah, no, we'll take him, man. Something I'm noticing this campaign is Portugal really isn't that strong of a colonizer, even though, you know, they've had a regular game, man. Good alliances, everything standard. They've expanded to Maghreb. They got South Africa. Okay, that's not bad. Some stuff over here. But yeah, a lack of focus in South America, man. They just got the Caribbean and Argentina, which is interesting. You know what? I am going to pick up Admin 22 right here, even though it's super early, just so we can pick up another mill idea group. This is going to be offensive. It helps us out with force limit once again, but also buffs our generals and everything else too. So, wow, that offensive finisher is really lacking. Recover army morale speed? That's, it's decent. But yeah, let's go offensive. Okay, boats are done. Pretty much, right? Ish, kinda, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna move that fleet over here, and as soon as Austria is done with whatever they're doing, we're gonna declare on Denmark. I like it. All right, folks, Austria called it with Brandenburg. That means it is time for us to get involved with Denmark right here, which I think is gonna be the final war for this episode. You know, next episode we'll wrap things up right here and focus on the New World. Now, the only thing I'm slightly concerned about in this war is, okay, my subject candidate here, decently strong actually, 31k troops. We got Alaska here, they're probably, yeah, they're super tiny. Now let's see their subjects. Louisiana, 18k, New Denmark, 22k. and Finland 12k. So it's about evenly matched, but because they're gonna have more manpower than Canada, I feel like Canada is gonna get rolled here. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Either way, I don't even know the right CB to use for this. I actually don't have colonialism on them. Interesting. I thought I would have colonialism, but yeah, the goal in this war, ladies and gentlemen, is to take everything that Denmark owns in the region of Scandinavia, so it's not going to be a full annex if we can, and then maybe make them cede colonial Canada or whatever it's called, right? So that would transfer Finland over to Canada. Let's see if it works, and let's see if it can all be done in one war. So there's our declaration. Let's drag in Austria. At this point, we control the fur trade, construction time, and global possible number of buildings +1. That's actually really strong, wow. Now, looking at these missions here, man, there might be a mission we can't actually complete. It's this one right here. After we do Great Fleet of Russia, we need to make either the White Sea, Novgorod, or the Baltic the highest value trade node in the world, as far as I'm seeing it, right? It's not half 50% trade power or have it the highest value. Let's make it the highest value then. We're actually not that good with that. I think we might have to trade Company Asia for it, which I didn't want to do from a roleplay aspect. You know, I wanted to keep it territories and maybe even state it later on, but we'll probably have to trade Company everything that isn't a state. So let's start getting more GovCap. Oh yeah, so there's actually concede Canada, and we can already do that. In fact, it's only 15% war score, nice. But I can't take everything else over here. Okay, now that Naples is out, I am actually going to make them do that, man. We're going to give Vinland over to Canada, and then I'm going to take these provinces right here, basically all the main ones, the island and holding the fort, and then we are going to do another war versus them where we need to take the remaining 3 provinces. We can't do it all. So, there we go. That's that war with Denmark done, ladies and gentlemen, and very nice if I do say so myself. Now, why don't... What's the mission here? So, Alaska is the first one. The Canada one is already valid, which is nice. And then for this one, yeah, we need 20, it's 20 provinces everywhere, pretty much. Yeah, too bad we didn't get in here earlier, man. If I had known this mission gives us, colonizers and whatnot, or whichever one it was, I would have gunned for it earlier. You know, expanded Alaska before Spain got here, but... it is what it is. Okay, we've grown Canada by quite a bit. That's very nice. That wasn't a lot of war score at all, so it'll be pretty easy, I think, to make Spain give up Canada, Pacifico Norte, and California later on. Although I don't know if I'll have it valid for California since I don't have a colony there. I don't have a colonial nation, I mean. Okay, so I've reworked our whole setup right here pretty much, and we're almost at GovCap. So what I did is I stated some additional things over here, pretty much everything that's in the Astrakhan trade node, Crimea, Constantinople right here, and I've trade companied everything that's not in these trade nodes over here, the European-ish ones. With that, we got 4 additional merchants. I've placed them all around, you know, these nodes over here, routing everything to Novgorod, which we don't have max control over. But now we're at 151 trade value over there. So we're better than Lubeck. We're better than the Baltic Sea. We're actually even better than the English Channel. Wow. What was it? We're better than Sevilla. We're not better than Genoa, though. 156, and it's actually so close. So, did we do that mission? We did. It's actually so close. Where do we... I need to look at it in the ledger. All right, so I just took out hella loans, man, to build company depots and brokers exchanges everywhere. Those really are the money-making ones. So now if we let the month take over, this should increase significantly. Yeah, it did. 198, and we can probably, yeah, become an economic hegemon. But no, we're going for a mill hegemon this campaign, boys. Now it's got to be the highest value trade node in the world, right? Yes. Okay, so now we just need to complete Grand Fleet of Russia, which is 80 naval tradition, and build up the navy again. Oh my god, how did that happen? Oh, frick my life. Okay, maybe that's next episode stuff. All right, folks, armies are in position. I'm gonna go ahead and declare on Persia. Sure. Just gonna nab a couple of provinces from the Ottomans real quick. Oh, I gave Rhodes to Austria. How did it go to Austria? It wasn't occupied by them, I don't think. Whatever, we'll deal with it later. And that's an easy win with Persia, man. Pieced up Bahmani super quick as well. Like, all of these wars are so fast now. We can't full annex them? Really? I mean... Might as well lock them in myself, just like this. There we go. They'll be left with one province, man. But okay, let's just do a couple more. There we go, just like that. We'll finish them off later. And Finland's been annexed. Cool. All right, so during peacetime, obviously, I'm building up some like trade company investment stuff right here to get our money up. Right now, the armies are in position, boys. So I think it's time we do a little war versus Delhi right here. We only need about 8 provinces from them. They are allied to Bahmanis, and they got some other annoying allies right here, but it shouldn't be too bad. Once again, because we got so little to conquer. But look at Ayutthaya pushing hard into India. Now, this is split off from the rest of them. They probably lost something. Or no, they're conquering next to their tributaries? Yeah, shout out Ayutthaya, man. This is what the rest of the world looks like. We got a pretty powerful Somalia right here. Aside from that, nothing too out of the ordinary. You know, you guys already know about Spain getting England as a junior partner, but enough yapping. Let's declare on Delhi. Holy War. Yeah. Okay, Hormuz is already out. Nice. 2 more provinces right there. All right, we're done. There were actually a couple of tough battles here, man. They're a Miltech over me. I guess 22 over 21 does matter, but these are the only provinces we need from Delhi. Only these 8 right here. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're officially done, and we can fortify our border with India right here. Perfect, man. I think that was all in the Lahore trade note, so we can continue trade company it just like that. Let's see. We need to continue building military administrations. As you can see, man, we're doing really well on these trade company buildings. This makes so much sense. I just, like I said many times, I wanted to roleplay it. We're already done putting down brokers exchanges everywhere, Russian districts, company depots. Now I'm doing these right here, as you can see. Then we'll do these, and then, of course, I'll do these, the most expensive ones, where you can put only one of these per trade company last. But yeah, we're looking really good. Income is even better. We're pretty close to 1,000 force limit right here, which will enable us to claim military hegemon. We always do the economic one because it's the easiest one to get, at least for my playstyle. But yeah, man, this is gonna help us out a lot. War exhaustion, province war score cost, monthly mill points, -3 national rest, -20% land acquisition, movement speed as a finisher, and 20% siege ability. Economic is way better. Obviously, goods produced and gov cap, bruh. But yeah, you know, we haven't ever done a military one, and it does make sense for this campaign. But yeah, now that we're done with Delhi, we should probably fortify right here. No one is willing to help Akbunlu. No, Arabia, well, they're a defender of the faith. Maybe Korea? A truce with Korea is up. Oh, I should actually start annexing Hungary right here. There we go. There's integrate. Truce with Denmark probably still active. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think we're gonna do Korea. See if we can do something with Japan. Maybe even a threatened war might work right here. And then we'll get back to Arabia, because they're our biggest war until we fight Spain. So yeah, after we're done with Arabia, we'll fight Spain with Austria's help. And then finally we break the alliance with Austria and take care of them and the HRE guys. Makes sense. Hey, Bahmanis formed Deccan. Cool. Cool for them. And ladies and gentlemen, it's also time for our final gov reform. We can do admin efficiency and max absolutism, +1 free policies, or this one right here. Now, we're already at max absolutism. Not really, because I got the loans. I'll pay them off. But, you know, the +2.5% admin efficiency might do a little bit of help. So that's the one we're going. Political absolutism. And with that, we finished all our government reforms. Now, let's take a look at the missions again, man. This fleet one is always annoying me because I can't get that freaking naval tradition up. Do we got those guys protecting trade? Actually, we don't. So let's pull those guys out. I think I was building up the Trakai Castle somewhere. Where is that? Is it in Copenhagen? Kronborg. That's it. Naval tradition from protecting trade. Yeah, that's the one I want to get up. Yeah, there we go. Took 2 loans as a tier 3, so that should help us out with farming some naval tradition, I think. All right, folks, we chilled a little bit. You know, I was building up some forts and stuff like that. More trade company investments, more other types of buildings, you know, manufactories, workshops, and whatnot. I think it's time to fight Korea here. UA is going to help them out, but we will be able to take care of these guys easily. I hope we can take all of Korea in one war, man. It's probably, like, extremely dev'd. Yeah, look at this, man. Yeah, it might not be possible. Let's go for it, though. All right, this is a pretty nice event to get early. Not in 1688. But there we go. War with Korea is pretty much done, man. We've completely obliterated these guys, and they are fully annexable, which means we're done with the Korean Peninsula, except for the province of Jeju. Now, I have been spying on Japan for that. Please, please, please let them accept a threatened war. Because if they don't, I'll have to bring the fleet all the way around here, and I'll actually have to build it up. Right now, I'm focusing on lights to protect trade for tradition. Please, Yes, 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 yes. Nice. Boom. Just like that, we're done with over here as well, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely love it. Missionaries are already there. No, 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 no. You guys are gonna have to leave for now. Why isn't some things being converted? Zeal? Oh, trade company. That's right. Because I added everything so late to trade companies, we have already been converting it, right? So, since our goal is to also convert everything, I need to remove those provinces from the trade companies, convert them, then trade company them back. Okay, thankfully it wasn't that many. I gotta remember to not do that. So we just took this from Korea, convert it. Let's convert this back as well. Then we'll add it back to a trade company. But yeah, now we're done with East Asia as well, man. We can definitely go ahead and get rid of some of these Korean forts. And shout out to Korea for the extremely dev provinces, man. This is probably my richest region, you know, out of anyone. There we go, border lined up over here. We got a tiny little Akkuyunlu who's defended by Arabia. Truce with the Ottomans is up. France wouldn't help them. Oh, nice. We can clear out the Ottomans and Persia over here. And then then we can actually do Denmark again. It's only like 3 provinces. So yeah, it's literally this Ottoman-Persia thing. And then Denmark and Arabia, Akkuyunlu. And finally, we get to fight Spain. Nice. Okay, yeah, let's go in on the Ottomans here. As soon as I get a diplomat back, they're all so far away. Austria calling me into some bull crap, as always. I really don't care about that, so let's just go on the Ottomans in Persia. Yo, I'm actually above 50 naval tradition. 2 admirals. I'm still not at 80 force limit. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so I'm building up these guys. I can beat these guys easily, man. Let's grab the entire navy from right here. Send them down here. I can't. What did I grab? I grabbed an army, always. All right, done with the Ottomans and Persia. 3 provinces from Persia, and then all of the Ottomans. So that's a full annex on both of those guys. Nice, man. I'm digging this, yo. Okay, back to protecting trade now. We've gone down below 50, but it is increasing. I got 3 100 lightship stacks protecting trade all around here. And yeah, all we need is naval tradition of 50. So finally, Grand Fleet of Russia is something we're going to be able to do, man. We just got to wait because the increase is very low. If I do a naval battle or 2, I'll obviously be able to do it. And wait, what am I waiting for? Okay, well, let's actually wait for Austria to wrap this up. Counting houses unlocked. And after building up the army just a tiny bit, we can finally claim military hegemon. We will surpass Alexander and Genghis Khan. I don't know what that means. Oh, that's right. Hegemons can't have allies, can they? Heyo, maybe that's, yeah, it is. Navy tradition, finally, dude. Okay, so we can do the Russian trade fleet. Trade efficiency, naval maintenance, ship trade power, Navy tradition from protecting trade. That's pretty good. Or we can do the war stuff. Heavy ship combat ability. Why does it always give light ship combat ability? That's such a stupid modifier. Naval tradition from battles, naval maintenance. You know what? We're doing the whole, like, army thing. We're not really doing the whole navy thing, so the fleet shall serve our trade. Yeah, and then of course we already completed this like way earlier last episode to monopolize Novgorod. Monopolies no longer reduce absolutism and granted. If you play with monopolies, stop. That's all I'm gonna say. And we just gain a bunch of money from there. Okay, that's all of those missions done. No Western country has more tech than Russia. It's gonna be a while before we catch up with that. Yeah, they're all like 24, the strongest guys. And then for this, we just need 90 army professionalism, which is, it's already at 86.8. It's not increasing from drilling or anything like that, but I do get it automatically up whenever I hire new generals. And I do that whenever these guys die. So whenever we hire 3 or 4 more generals, that's when we're going to complete that mission. And then we just need this one too, man. Yeah, and this one can be done already. Yeah, I guess sooner or later we'll be the most technologically advanced nation. Yeah, just like that. A guy died, recruit general, 1 army professionalism. It's that simple, boys. Man, it took a while for this guy to get into power. I was like, we should abdicate. That's what I did. I abdicated. But we finally have Peter the Great. Too bad I didn't think to abdicate earlier and get him in power. He's not gonna rule that long. He's already 41. The last guy was 68, dude. All right, that'll probably help us get ahead in tech. But for now, let's go ahead and fight Denmark here. Should be a super quick war because we only want these 3 provinces from them. But wait. Vinland still exists, but I don't think they own provinces in Canada. Neither does New Denmark, neither does Florida. Nah, they don't. Okay, so the only guys present is in Canada is actual Canada and Spanish Canada. We'll worry about that later. But yeah, for now, should be a super quick war versus Denmark. And there we go. Denmark's already willing to accept, and now we officially own all of Scandinavia as well. Perfect, man. And there's a mission. There's finally westernized the military. The event westernization of the army happens, and our unit types change to Western mill tactics till the end of the game, plus 5% discipline. So now we are actually very, very powerful. Even more powerful than earlier. Let's go with the Gustavians. Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. I like that a lot, man. I like that a lot. Only 2 more missions left to go out of this branch, man. This is like, this is the initial Muscovite branch up here. After you form Russia, you unlock these down here. After you become the Russian Empire, you unlock these down here. And I'm guessing after we become revolutionary, we'll be able to complete some of these missions down here. I didn't really want to go revolutionary. I mentioned that a couple of times, boys, but since we're doing this extra goal of completing the entire Russian mission tree, we might honestly become a revolutionary. But yeah, still no progress on the colonization one, so we're done with everything over here. Very cool. I've been spying on Genoa, actually. In the meantime, maybe we can try threatening war for Lesbos and Chios right here. We'll see if they accept, but either way, next main target, it's Arabia. Now, Genoa isn't willing to accept, but we'll deal with it when we fight Austria, because they're allied, so we're chilling. Wrapped up offensive, finally. Sure, we'll take that. Let's also take... No, what are these policies? No. All right, folks, stacks are in position right here, and it's time for our biggest war of the campaign so far. Now, when I say biggest war, what I mean by that is versus the biggest enemy. It may not necessarily be like the hardest or longest war, because there's not, you know, a super giant amount of provinces we want to take from Arabia here. Just a couple in Anatolia right here, and then some in Persia down here. All of their allies are located in Africa, except for Jaunpur, and who is this? Somalia, and they as well are colonizing. So I feel like the main, you know, battle lines are going to be here. We're going to get into battles and whatnot, obviously, because we're doing Holy War right here. So Akuyunlu is actually a vassal. There we go. And we don't need anything from Morocco, Somalia, Sulu, or Jaunpur. In fact, I have a guy over here I can send to Jaunpur immediately. So there we go. Our biggest war so far. Arabia is out of manpower because they're involved in something with Sunda. I think that's a direct declaration. So actually, their armies might even be down here for all we know. But yeah, nevertheless, let's go ahead and do our, well, final war in Europe and in Asia until we fight like the Austrian HRE guys. And now, because I'm not allied to Austria, do I fight them first instead of Spain? I guess we'll have to see. But there we go, the war has started, boys. Now, you know, since this is the last episode of this grand campaign, man, obviously I'm thinking, what is the next grand campaign that we do? And I actually thought about doing the Mughals, man, but we do have the Timurids coming up in A to Z this week, and I think I'm gonna do something pretty grand with them, so no point in doing a Mughal campaign now when I literally have the Timurids the same week. But I was also thinking about Japan. You know, our first campaign outside of Europe. I know I said I'd do the Aztecs, but something about Japan got me itching. I don't know, maybe we do like a conquest one where we'll need to conquer like Japan, Manchuria, Korea, all of the regions in China. Maybe like dominate this side of the Pacific or something like that. I don't know, but not really colonization focused. Maybe a little bit down here, maybe none at all. But yeah, what do you guys think about Japan? You know, we'll start as Oda or any other strong mill guys like that. We will form Japan. We will shift to Japanese ideas, you know, do it proper and stuff like that. So yeah, what do you think about that? Wow, we can't take everything from Arabia, even with all of that absolutism and admin efficiency, man. Yeah, we'll be short like 2 provinces. Oh, frick my life. What do we do then? Leave them alive inside so I can do the border and stuff like that? Yeah, we'll probably do this with Arabia right here, right? Yeah, that's all of Anatolia. Yeah, this is gonna be the peace deal, and then I'm gonna knock out the rest of these 5 provinces later. You know, might as well not take Max, since we can't take Max. Look at this different peace deal without Cyprus. I just don't know what I can do to actually get it. All right, we're gonna have to fight them again, so I'm doing this. There we go. Okay, we'll take care of the rest of Arabia later, which is this right here, along with Cyprus. Let's core this up. We are over 100. Oops. I just got fricked in the ass. Spain just became defender of the faith. They actually outnumber me like this, dude. It's insane. We got Spain, plus their colonies, obviously all of these guys. Portugal, who is also pretty big, plus their colonies, well, which they're not that big, and Austria, which is actually fairly powerful. So, is there a way around this? Silesia here is Protestant. I do need the province from Silesia, but they're allied to Spain. And with the Austria co-belligerent, Spain would end up coming in again. Wow, this is pretty complicated, man. We already got imperialism. It's gonna be a pain in the ass walking all the way over to Toledo, but it can be done. So maybe we declare directly on Spain. That like humiliates them and stops them from being defender of the faith. Silesia is also in there, so we can take that one province. And then different war versus Austria, I guess. Yeah, and I asked Spain to make to give me Canada, Pacifico Norte, and California if we can. That's not even that much war score. Thing is, how am I gonna get war score on them? Yeah, my fleet won't be more powerful. I won't be able to land in Britain. I guess we'll have to siege stuff down here, but even then, how do we get there? It's pretty tricky. A pretty tricky situation. Maybe on Genoa? No, still Genoa is in the empire. Yeah, it's the same deal. Silly? Right, same thing. And after we embraced the Enlightenment and picked up Mil 25, we are finally the most advanced in terms of technologies in the world, so we can take Table of Ranks. We unlock the Table of Ranks government reform, and we gain 50 reform progress. I wonder, what is the Table of Ranks? Let's try and find it somewhere. We got new order regiments. What's here? Established this. Well, okay, we took a look at that. It's not here. It's not there. It's not there. Oh, it's there. A final unique government reform. Wow. Enables Table of Ranks ability. Man, the stuff that Russia has with the government reforms, it just keeps surprising. Man, that's Peter right there, isn't it? So admin efficiency and one free policies, which is, yeah, a better version of that. And what is the Table of Ranks ability? Is it here? It is there. More of these guys. So appoint chancellor, an advisor of our choice. Oh, you can choose the advisor you want to hire out of all of them. Oh my god, that's so good, dude. Admiral with 100 tradition, +1 fire, +2 maneuver. General with 100 tradition, +2 fire, +1 siege for only 10 army tradition. That is insane. Let's hire a guy for the Ural company or whatever, or Ural army right there. They're without a general. Okay. 6555. I know where I'm putting him. Oh, there we go, right there. I like that. I like that a lot, boys. But let's not get too carried away with insane generals. It can only be used once every 20 years. Okay, so it's not that insane. But he's still really freaking good. And there's the final mission, ladies and gentlemen. Great power of these. -1 prestige decay, +1 diplo rep, and it enables us to unlock the final 3 missions when the Age of Revolutions starts, which is going to be in only 25 months. That's all of the branches of the Russian mission tree except for the 3 colonization ones done. So the Muscovy part up here, the Tsardom part over here, and the Empire part over here. I'm excited to see what the last ones bring. Man, this has been a really good campaign, boys. You guys know I don't usually enjoy massive blobbing campaigns like this, where you gotta move from place to place, and the walking between these big-ass provinces takes years, but yeah, this was a good one, man. All right, time to figure out how to fight these guys. A dope-ass admiral, too, bro. Boys, I think it's time we start the Russian Golden Era. Did we ever have an age ability? I guess it's in the next age, huh? Yeah, damn, serfdom is like throughout this whole campaign, so we still got this right here, total serfdom, which we can remove it, get rid of those things, and instead restricted serfdom gets granted, which is pretty much a weaker version of what we already have. Or this system works fine, it'll still be revoked, but devastating serfdom will be granted. It gives us 25% dev cost, 15% tech cost, 15% idea cost, and -50% institution spread. However, instead of that, we do get -2 national west and plus a 33% national manpower. How do we... So we get rid of it either way. We can't have this one. We either have a more powerful and more harmful version at the same time, or a weaker, but still same in terms of how bad it is. Devastating serfdom. And at the same time, we can actually abolish serfdom. When we lose stab, we lose a bunch of points, it gets revoked, and we have nothing. So no version of anything. Huh. Really, the whole reason I've been doing these is because of the manpower, but manpower is already so freaking massive, man. So let's abolish serfdom. Come on. We're a modern country, boys. We're a modern country. And we're at 100 absolutism. I love the way this, the army interface looks with, not absolutism, sorry, professionalism. Oh, shoot, it changed. Liège is defender of the faith. We are going for Austria first. Yes. All right. I'm gonna deck immediately right here before anything changes, ladies and gentlemen. Liège, Anhalt-Cleves, Palermo, Portugal, and Genoa are involved in this. I don't need anything from any of those guys except Skios and Lesbos from Genoa right here, which we will get. And then from Austria, we need everything that they own down here and these two provinces that they own in Silesia. We'll take Silesia itself later when we fight Spain. So without further ado, it is time to declare with, well, what's the difference? The cost, 100% cost for cleansing of heresy. Nope, we are doing imperialism, baby. Let's get it. 65% war score is all we need. Okay, so the war is still going on. The Age of Revolution has just started, and I was so excited to see the final 3 missions that we get to unlock, and the pop-up for those missions is truly dark times are ahead of Russia. Okay, so we got a decision. We can abolish slavery, which of course we do want to do, so we spawn a better trade guard. I think we only got 1 slave province either way. It should be Azov or whatever, yeah. And then there's the final 3 missions. So we can abolish serfdom, which we actually already did. It gives us goods produced plus 10% till the end of the game, which is very nice. I'm going to take it immediately. There's 1 of them done. Then we got educational reforms. We need to have 100 universities or 90 innovativeness or complete innovative ideas, or for this guy to be a scholar and earn 14 per month. Now, we do already earn 14 per month. He's not a scholar. The easiest way to do this is with the institutions. And then the final one, Russian Revolution, we need to be either a revolutionary empire or a revolutionary republic, or we need to fight and control the capital of a country which is a revolutionary target. Okay, if we complete this mission without being revolutionary, admin efficiency and absolutism. If we complete it while being revolutionary, admin efficiency and yearly zeal. This is gonna be a tricky one because we don't even know if the revolution will spawn. But yeah, that event sounded so ominous, but it's really not that bad. I wonder if we have like a unique disaster. No, we don't. Genoa's out. There's the 2 provinces from them. But yeah, in the Age of Revolutions, we do have a unique age ability, man. Minus 10% minimum autonomy in territories, which has got to be the lamest unique age ability. Since I don't even have territories, everything is trade company, then stated. Just white peace Portugal, and that probably helped a ton. Austria will finally accept this. Will put us over 100%, but who gives a frick? And there we go. That's all we need from Austria. Of course, we will have to fight them 1 more time to take this province from Silly. Yeah, I like it though. I think I built up universities. Yeah, an innovative jump happens. Okay, so advances admin tech by 1 level, Diplo by 1 level, Mill by 1 level. If we advance admin by 1 level, we can pretty much take the next idea group for free right here. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do the math project. There we go, admin 26. And that allows us to get another idea group, which is going to be quality ideas. Ah, frick. So I don't want to center of revolution to appear in my country, man. Obviously, the chances are higher because we got this. Now, either we give in to the burghers' demands and they gain 10% crown land ownership. We lose 15 absolutism, which isn't a problem. We get it back immediately. Or we can't accept. But this does increase the likelihood of a center of revolution emerging. So let's give the burghers 10% crown land, man. Good thing I can seize from the burghers directly. How do you get 2 defenders of the faith in the same war, man? So, because Sicily's reformed Naples will defend them, and then because Austria is auto-co-belligerent of being the emperor, Spain is back to being defender of the Catholic faith, they'll join in again. So, I have to fight the entire world for a freaking silly province, man. Get it? Same deal with Silesia. Is it that annoying with Naples? Probably not. Yeah, Naples is like the least annoying. Protestants actually super weak this campaign. Reformed is more powerful, at least in Europe. In the New World, we got Protestant quite a lot. Oh, Naples will accept threatened war. Okay. So I've just set Varaj right here as a province of vital interest. Hungary does not have a claim on it. I wonder if they'll accept threaten if Hungary has a claim, because I don't think Silly knows about all of this. I think that's the way the AI works. By the way, this is what our culture and culture group looks like. Of course, if you guys don't know, we are the Slavic culture group. East, West, and South have merged. I have been doing lots of conversion during this campaign simply because it's so cheap, man. Like, look at this, right? it doesn't make sense not to do it. That's why I'm rested solo. Obviously, we haven't converted everything. It's not even a goal to convert everything. I've just been doing with extra Diplo points, but religious conversion is looking great. Oh, dude, I actually, I forgot about Arabia completely. Okay, let's go into Arabia just to take Cyprus, and then these 4 provinces in here. Shouldn't be a big deal at all. We can even do imperialism. Damascus is right there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me bring the fleet around. All right, armies are mostly in position. Let's do this minor war versus Arabia. And there we go. Just after sieging down Damascus, Arabia is willing to accept they're in another war as well. That's all we need, just these 5 provinces, and with that, we are officially done. So yeah, we really only need to do technically 2 more wars, ladies and gentlemen. 1 versus Spain, if we can get everything we want in that 1 war. Basically, we need to fight 2 more guys, and then silly. Has Hungary spied on them? No, they haven't, so I can't threaten war. Yeah, the only thing that about this Spain war, man, it's not that it's gonna be that difficult or anything like that. I mean, it is for sure, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know how to approach it, is the thing. Like, we don't actually have a border with Spain. I mean, we do over here, of course, no matter how many troops I land. Well, you know, not to say that they're definitely gonna roll me, but I gotta move my entire, all of my armies to the New World to be able to do anything, and I still have to siege pretty much all of this right here, so I don't think I'm gonna be taking anyone there. I guess we somehow have to focus here, but then they're in Africa too, they're down here too. I don't know how to approach it. Like, where am I gonna walk my guys into Toledo from the north, from the south? Portugal is gonna be in this as well. Like, very, very tricky. That's the thing. I don't know how to approach it. I guess I'll figure it out. Let's wait until we finish annexing Hungary right here, so I can fortify myself over here too, and then we'll get into it. And after PUing them by force, by stealing them from Austria all the way in episode 1, ladies and gentlemen, we've officially gone ahead and integrated the great nation of Hungary. They served as an excellent subject. You guys know this. They helped out a lot, and they helped me with not having to conquer everything that they owned, obviously, but you know, their time has come to an end. This is the age of absolute rulerships, and yeah, time to state all of this up. Oh, something else. We actually do not want these 2 provinces, so there we go. I'm generous. I'm so generous, in fact, that I've made them exist once again. Listen, Hungary, the great Feje del Misheg. Shout out to these boys. I'm gonna make them exist. That, of course, does enable me to spy on Silly. And to think I could have vassalized Silesia earlier, I did have a chance to do it, I just didn't. But no big deal, we'll deal with them in the same war we deal with Spain. We already got artillery damage from back row. Now I'm gonna take artillery levels versus fort. I deleted all of the irrelevant forts, just fortifying over here now, building up forts and some choke points as well, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, doing a little bit of a role play type defensiveness. Actually, man, might not be a bad idea. God damn it, man, this phone is on, it's not on mute. Might not be a bad idea to put down ramparts in there as well, you know what I'm saying, in the fort provinces. Oh, it's we have every building in Danzig. Silly will not accept threatened war, but Austria won't defend them. Damn, Silesia's in this too. Nice. Nice. Really good, really good. Easy. There goes Silesia. Nice. We finally have all of Poland as well. Right, it's just this 1 province, dude. I forgot. And there we go. We're done with Silly, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, with this final war done, we officially own the entire regions of Scandinavia, the Baltic, Poland, Carpathia, the Balkans, Russia, Ruthenia, the Pontic Steppe, Caucasia, Anatolia, Ural, Central Asia, Persia, Khorasan, West Siberia, Mongolia, East Siberia, Manchuria, and Korea, which were all of the old world regions that we needed to own for this campaign. Another part of the goal for them is to convert them all to Orthodox, which of course we are going to do, and we're doing. And then the only thing that's left to do for us is to complete this final mission right here. If the revolution spawns, if it doesn't spawn, obviously we can't complete it. And then to fight Spain for everything that they have in colonial Canada, colonial Cascadia, and colonial California. I guess if I didn't extend the goals for the mission tree and for the New World, we'd be done with the campaign by now. And honestly, I'd be very satisfied. There goes Peter the Great, and we're back to Ivan's. Oh, the revolution spawned in Austria. That's actually very lucky, right? Yes, there it is, dude. Okay, so for this final mission, we either need to be an empire or be a republic revolutionary, which we're not gonna do, or we need any known target that's a revolution, any known country that's a revolutionary target, we control their capital. So a revolutionary target is actually once it spawns down here, whoever is colored in here, which if Austria does become one, we'll be able to do that mission. Okay, that's really good. Because you guys know that a revolution can spawn in like 1790. I'm gonna be honest, boys, I wasn't gonna wait around for that if we got to Spain before it. But great, now we do have a chance to complete that mission. If Austria goes revolutionary or if they end up becoming the target. No matter who it is, though, we should be able to declare on them, you know, with Crush the Revolution or with Imperialism. We see everyone. Obviously, it will be annoying to declare on, like, Hawaii, for example, but Austria is lucky. But also unlucky because that center right there can also spread revolution to our provinces. But it's whatever. All right, folks, armies are in position, and it's definitely time to fight Spain for the first and maybe even the last time. How are we gonna do this? I don't know. I mentioned that a couple of times already, but it's something we gotta do. The only CB we can use right here is Imperialism. Obviously, they drag in all of their boys, you know, their subjects, and a bunch of these allies too. You know, these smaller guys that can peace out easily, but as long as we get access to here, man, we should be able to do it, and we might even have a chance of actually landing in Britain. There are still a couple of forts over there, and they have been upgrading all of them. You know, army quality comparison is decent right now. If we go into Spain right here, I got way better morale, way better discipline, more siege ability. So I don't know, everything seems to be on our side. So let's finally go ahead and fight them. Alright, so I've knocked out all of the European allies, Munster, Utrecht, and Strasbourg, and I've also sieged them down over here and in Sicily. So now what I'm going to do is take these boats up here and land in Britain with these guys, and then these guys that were sieging like Strasbourg up until now, they're going to push into Iberia itself. As for this army, maybe we land it down here in the south and have them siege stuff over here. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. Let's go there. So yeah, these options are available here, man. They are willing to concede Canada, which is dope, and then Cascadia, which is also dope, right? Those are the regions. Yep, those are, as far as I can tell, colonial Cascadia, colonial Canada. Yeah, that's all of it. However, I can't do the same thing with California, and you know, these provinces are pretty cheap. We might be able to get stuff there. Let's see, there are no fort modifiers over here, which is nice, but yeah, I still think that even though these provinces are that cheap, we won't be able to to take everything in California. Let me try selecting it. Okay, that's it right there. There are a bunch over here in the middle. Actually, boys, there is a possibility for this. Yeah, we can take everything we want from these guys in one war. Yeah, that's Seed Canada, Seed Cascadia, and then I take all of these manually. Yep, no forts right there. We just need a lot of war score, which I'm not sure we can do with only occupying them over here. Let's say, you know, in Europe and in the Maghreb. Maybe we don't peace out Portugal to farm war score off of them. We'll see. If not, we're just gonna have to do a second war with them only for California right here. We'll see though. I'm absolutely wiping these guys, man. Ooh, they actually converged over here. They beat my ass. They just wiped an army. I don't know which one it was, but oh, we can confirm thalassocracy. Dope. For some reason, the game started ticking like extremely slow right now, man. I don't know what's going on, but look at this. Look at how much time it takes for one day to pass. I think this is the slowest EU4 has ever been for me on speed 5. I wonder what's the problem. I don't know. It's like maybe they're building troops somewhere. They're spamming like 1Ks somewhere. That's the only thing I can think of, because Spain does still have a pretty huge army. Portugal too. But the thing is, they're building these armies somewhere, and I think that's lagging my game. I can't see where they're doing it. Tricky. Okay, we're back up to speed now. Now everything's good. I guess they finished building their army. Yo, we should be able to do this with just sieging this, man. We're already at 68% war score, and we're not even maxed out from ticking. And they demanded 84 for this. We're actually really close. Yep, that's all we need, man. One war with these guys. Let me look at this carefully. As far as I can tell, man, yeah, we are going to be getting everything. Okay, it's Seed Colonial Canada, Seed Colonial Cascadia, and then I'm taking everything that's in California, right? Okay, I hadn't selected this one right here. I think now we're definitely good. There it is, folks. That's our final war, man. Spain is willing to accept everything we want, and
I think by taking all of this right here, we will be completing our mission tree and conquering everything that we want to. We already own everything in Europe and in Asia, like I probably said a couple of clips ago. And this is all we need. This is really all we need. There we go. There's our final war in this Muscovy to Russia grand campaign. Done. All right, excellent. So obviously, Alaska and Canada should automatically receive all of these provinces. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And then this is everything in California. I already have 3 provinces there. No need to waste any cores and stuff like that. Right, let's just core this one up right there and this one up right there. That'll make 5, and California will automatically form. Now, we can do those missions too. There's colonize Alaska, we gain some nice bonuses, settle the west coast, which we have, and the Canadian frontier, which we also have. Liberty, desire, and subjects, and global tariffs globally until the end of the game. Really, really strong. That's it, man. Now the only mission that's left to complete is the Russian Revolution right here. Either by becoming revolutionary, which I hope we're not gonna do, or control the capital of a revolutionary target. Now, a quick reminder, we already saw this spawn a couple of minutes ago right here, the revolution. It has spawned in Austria, it is spreading, so there is, I think, a pretty good chance, man, of Austria becoming revolutionary here, and because they have the center, they should also be the target, but, you know, it's still right here. It's still right here, so we will have an easy time of doing it to pretty much whoever spawns right here. My provinces, they're not getting converted, which is great. So, yeah, let's wait for these cores to finish so we can spawn California as well. And then I guess it's just gonna be a wait until someone becomes the target. Not too long of a wait, though. I got things to do. And there we go. There's California. We'll just name it, well, I don't know. Just California, probably with a K, though, right? Yeah, so California. There we go. Crown colony, boom, 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 and all of those provinces went to them. Perfect, man, perfect. I'm already subsidizing Alaska and Canada 50 ducats a month. I should probably do the same with California, you know, just so they can, this is like survival money, right? I should probably help them out with these rebels too. Yeah, oh. Now we do have some revolutionary countries already. It's Dortmund and Anhalt, but I don't think it's valid for them. Any known country is a revolutionary target at war with Russia, capital controlled by Russia. Yeah, I think they need to be down here. I think if I just declare on this Anhalt right now, who's gonna defend them? Spain again. Okay, maybe on Dortmund? No, it's the same. They're all Catholic. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work if we do it on them. I don't think they're revolutionary targets. I think they're just revolutionary. What's this? Sideways Bulgaria? Sideways Hungary? Yeah, so I'm just reading about revolutionary target right now, and it seems the first great power that becomes revolutionary is the revolutionary target. So yeah, it doesn't matter that Anhalt and Dortmund right here are revolutionary. We need, yeah, we need one of the big guys to become one. Oh, not this, but the storming of the Bastille. Oh, there they are. It's revolutionary France, ladies and gentlemen. See, I had a feeling it might be them instead of Austria because, you know, they're kind of supposed to become one, but let's see. They are now allyless. They're doing the French Strasbourgian nationalist war, which is strange. I guess no one wanted to defend Strasbourg. Spain won't even help them, nothing like that. So, let's crush the revolution and take their capital, Paris, and do the final mission in this grand campaign as Russia, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, the last one. Siege phases are 11 days on a level 8 fort, dude. 1 million troops standing outside of Paris. Take that, Napoleon. Or actually, it's Robespierre. Even funnier to beat his ass. The siege lasted like a week. There it is. There's the final mission, man. We completed. We gained admin efficiency plus 5% and max absolutism plus 10 until the end of the game. There we go. Very nice mission right there, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we've done everything we needed to do for this campaign. Now, the peace deal here is dismantle the revolution for 50% war score. Let's I don't know. Let's finish off by doing that. And there we go. This was one revolution that was televised, and just like that, we've ended the revolution in France. You're welcome back to monarchies. Emperor Louis XVII de Lorraine is in charge. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've done just about everything we wanted to do. All right, let's roll the
Frick, what was it called? Ah, the timeline. But first, let me yap some more. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our Muscovy to Russia grand campaign has come to an end. Obviously, our goals for this campaign were to conquer everything we just did over in Asia and in Europe, convert it all to Orthodox, which we also did, and then conquer all of these, colonial regions in North America as well, Canada, Cascadia, and California, and to complete the absolutely massive and ever-expanding Russian mission tree. This first branch, up to here is the Muscovy, missions. Then when you form Russia, you get these missions right here. When you westernize and become the Russian Empire, you're getting these missions down here. And then when the Age of Revolutions comes around, you get these final 3 ones down here. And we have absolutely crushed the hell out of that mission tree. This is what we're looking like, man. Number 1 on the Great Powers list, 9,837 dev, military hegemon, something we were going for. These are all of the, the government reforms that we got. Almost all of them, except for, these last 2, or not last 2, these 2 right here are unique. So that's awesome right there. Ahead of time in every single tech, we got the Tech 27, trade, religious, diplo, admin, quantity, offensive, quality, with the Russian ideas filled out, missions obviously done. These are all of the policies that I have active. There we go. Let's enact one more, even though it's completely useless. Absolutely super stable, still under GovCap, even though all of this right here that we own, the green stuff is stated, the yellow stuff is trade companied. 220% religious unity, tier 2 defender of the faith, 100% patriarch authority. In the armies, 100 army professionalism. These are the combat abilities, naval combat abilities. Force limit of 1.6 million, absolutely insane. Nutty morale, really good discipline right here. Insane generals, pretty huge navy too. Awesome siege ability. These are the trade company subjects. I mean, look how much money we're making from them, man. That's absolutely insane. And the 3 colonial subjects right here. Estates still got privileges active with 100% crown land ownership. Absolutism 115. Russian abilities absolutely bonkers. Looking at the cultures right here, I have converted a lot of this to Muscovite. Pretty much the cheapest provinces I could do, I was doing, and we could have done a lot more of them, but that's it, man. The campaign is over. What else do you want me to do? So that's the culture map mode as well. This is the Slavic culture group. All of these other colorized ones are obviously accepted. We've converted all of this to Muscovite. In the economy tab, we're making almost 3,000 ducats a month, most of it obviously coming in from production and trade, even though we got the trade companies set up pretty late because I wanted to role play with them being territories instead of trade companies. The game did want us to make them trade companies. Got some gold provinces, some developed, some aren't. We're spending a lot of money too, and it's absolutely awesome. 125% goods produced, 54% of our income coming in from trade without even having a colonial empire or anything like that. This is what the armies are looking like. This is the merchant setup right here. And yeah, I don't think I can do anything else, man. The missionaries are still active. They're actually converting stuff over in North America, but it was never our goal to convert any of this to Orthodox. It was only here. So I'm really satisfied about that. Looking at the dev in the provinces, we got St. Petersburg is exactly at 60. Ratibor, it's at 58 for some reason. I don't know who was deving that. Was that Hungary or nothing? I don't know. The AI always tends to dev the coal provinces up a lot, so I haven't been doing that. Moscow and these are all Hungarian ones that I've inherited. So Moscow at 48, Constantinople at 44, lots of high dev provinces, man. Obviously lots of lame ones as well, because that's the trade companies and stuff like that. But overall, man, a super fun campaign, grand blobbing campaign, but really super stable for the entirety of the campaign. And yeah, I'm glad we got this one done. Timurids are coming up in A to Z. The goal for them is going to be to conquer all of China. That's the most liked comment. So a Mughals grand campaign where I maybe conquer everything from the Balkans over to to Indochina right here could be really good as well, or a Japan campaign. That's the 2 I'm thinking about. But yeah, thank you, man, for coming along with me on this Russia Grand campaign. I know you guys loved it a lot. I enjoyed playing it quite a lot. Thank you so much for the support on this Grand campaign and other Grand campaigns. Check them out if you haven't seen them already. And yeah, let me know what else do you want to see, man. Is it Japan or the Mughals for the next one? I'm strongly leaning towards Japan, so we can skip the little Timurid gap that we have in A to Z right there. But that's all I have to say about that, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's roll the timeline.
And that was the timeline of this Muscovy to Russia Grand Campaign. Once again, thank you so much for the support. Let me know in the comments what's the next Grand Campaign that you would like to see. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to stay up to date with the latest Grand Campaigns and other videos. But that's it for me for now. See you next time.